Beautiful.
Horrible. I'm probably gonna be I might stutter about 10 times.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fergie Jenkins Field here in Rotary Park for some Sunday afternoon Barnstormer baseball. Hey, this team is rocking with 3 in a row, a big doubleheader win last night. And our featured player of the game, folks, comes to us, and he's got family here, took a 3-day drive all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia. I can't imagine, Robert, 3 days in a motor vehicle, making their way through the mountains, across the plains, through the great, hello there, that's Chuck Riley, folks. Let's give Chuck a nice round of applause. He makes this diamond absolutely beautiful. I got to say, Robert, I wasn't expecting a body check during an interview, but you never know here in Maple City. Hey, talk to us a little bit about baseball in Vancouver. I understand you started when you were 4 years old.
Yeah, so my sisters played softball growing up. I was always on the field because my dad and uncle actually coached. So I started really young, swinging off a tee, mainly with a softball bat, but nothing much with that.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the other thing is you come from a family of 7. I just have visions at the dinner table. It was just mass diving. Let's get what I can to eat.
Yeah, so actually there's 8 of us.
8?
Yeah, 8. And dinner time, my mom, when we were really young, she'd make 2 separate dinners for ones who didn't want what the others were having. So.
And listen, let's talk about your Barnstormer experience. How has the Maple City been to you, and how have you enjoyed playing with these guys?
Oh, it's been great. Got a lot of opportunities to play here, which I haven't had in the past, which is, I love that about Barnstormers, getting to play.
And listen, we talk about utility ball players, and you're true when I asked you. Second meeting, you said, hey, second, third, wherever they need me, that's where I'll play.
Yeah. If I need a pitch or play second, pitch run, I'm your guy. So
I love it, folks. A jack of all trades, and he can do it all. Listen, Robert, we're excited that you're wearing number 7 for the Barnstormers. Continued success, and thank you for joining me here on the pregame.
Thank you so much.
From Vancouver, BC, folks. One of the most beautiful provinces in this nation. You got her. The Great Rockies. All right, we are getting close to opening pitch. Minutes behind the camera. My name's Peter Cobb, and we're going to send it up to the voice of the Barnstormer, Mr. Who is that? Mike Renier up there today. Hey, Mike. And beside him, Mr. E. Myers. I told you he was my grade 11 history teacher. And here's another stat, an Ed Myers stat that just is incredible. One season, he pitched both ends of a doubleheader 3 times and won all 6 ball games. That's Mr. E. Myers, a 12-time OBA champion, right here from the Maple City. All right, up to you guys with more baseball.
Every family, every asset, every business we insure is a chapter in our story. We listen with open hearts, understanding that behind every insurance policy is a unique narrative. It's not just about numbers, it's about your dreams, your aspirations, your life. We take over your risks so you can live life to the fullest. Because we're not just some insurance people behind a desk, we're part of a community that has your back.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Hi, sports fans. Liam here. I'll be checking in every inning with special guests and stories from around the park. I'll be looking forward to meeting some new people and even some of the visiting fans. There's a lot to see and do here at the park, so come on down and get yourself a ticket. The Rotary Club is on grill duty today, and I have to say their burgers are just fantastic, but the hot dogs, well, they're to die for. There's Billy Lager on tap, ice-cold sodas, and plenty of ballpark snacks. We're all set for another fantastic day at the ballpark. Let's send it back to the boys in the booth.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
To a ball game here this afternoon, and this is the kind of baseball night that just makes you feel good all over. This certainly was a Donnybrook here yesterday, and his earned run average is 3.85. He has given up 70 walks and 178 strikeouts. He has 25 home runs and 98 runs driven in. He's a right-hand hitter standing deep in the plate. The pitch swung on by Keene. Line shot to left field, base hit. Snyder over, drops it on the skip, fires it back in, and Keene is the base runner at first. Stepping in to lead off in the ball game will be young
Fergie Jenkins Field on Sweetsmere on this breezy Sunday afternoon. Barnstormer Baseball back on the air, and glad to have you here. Mike Renier along with our good buddy Ed Myers. We've also got Peter Cobb down on the field. We'll check in with him a couple of times. Wes and Brad McDonald, your producers. Dan Dominguez, our statistician, all here once again. It's been a busy weekend, but a very good weekend for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers As Ed, we have got now a 3-game winning streak on our hands, including a doubleheader sweep yesterday.
Yeah, we've turned the corner with our fortune since Thursday night's victory, Friday night's victory in Brantford, and 1-2 yesterday against Hamilton, and we moved from 8th place on Thursday to sort of tied with Hamilton. Hamilton has a couple of games in hand, but we both have 11 wins, so it was a significant move by the Barnstormers over this weekend.
And worst case scenario with, as you mentioned, the 2 games in hand that Hamilton does have, 2 games behind 5th place, just past the halfway point of the first season ever. I don't think anybody would have dreamed up a scenario like this.
Well, it's been 2 or 3 seasons in one. We talked last night about the nature of the games that the Barnstormers have been involved in has changed. We don't have the big scoring games that we had early in the season. We saw some teams, Guelph, Barrie, Welland, get out of the blocks very quickly. And there's been a little bit more league parity in the last 2 to 3 weeks. And there's some people knocking each other off, and it's sort of squeezed the standings more to the middle. Other than Welland, no one is running away with anything.
Yesterday with the doubleheader, of course, a long day at the ballpark, but a good one for the Barnstormers, sweeping away the Hamilton Cardinals. And you had pretty much everything going right for the Barnstormers. You had that 2-1 win in the first game, and you don't see that very often here in the IBL, such a low-scoring, well-pitched game. And then a big 8-5 win, some good offense from a number of key components of the Barnstormers in the nightcap last night. But everything was working in both of those games. Just a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I think one of the key factors, too, was that we've spread the hitting around. We're not focusing on 2 batters in our lineup, hoping that they'll drive in runs or hit home runs. The Panda being an example, Seth Strong, although he did have a great night, hit 2 more home runs. Right. Some of the other people lower in the lineup were contributing as well, which makes a big difference with the overall result.
Christmas in July, the theme this afternoon. You got your wish list for Santa?
Oh, yes. We've been talking about several things. The difference between wish and want. And we don't want Santa to think that we want too much that we really don't need. So we'll have to talk about that as the game goes on.
We will. Santa's here. We're celebrating Christmas in July. Another festive day at Fergie Jenkins Field, and we're just minutes away from the Welland Jackfish and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Back with our pregame show coming up in a moment with Barnstormer Baseball with Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Pittsburgh and Detroit.
Back here at Fergie Jenkins Field, IBL Baseball, and glad you're here on this Sunday afternoon. Sun's starting to come through the clouds. Should be a nice afternoon for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, trying to push the winning streak to 4. It has been a great weekend here as we sweep away the doubleheader yesterday. The Barnstormers did against the Hamilton Cardinals, and before that a win on the road back on Friday night in Brantford against the Red Sox. So the stamina, I guess, will be tested for the Barnstormers. We've got a few people we don't normally see too often in the lineup today. We'll get more about that in a few minutes. But 4 games in about 2.5 days. We'll see how the team comes out with their energy this afternoon.
Well, it'll be a test having to play Welland today. They certainly have been gotten out of the blocks quickly and lead the league. And they're the team that everyone is noticing at this time. They're hosting the All-Star game next Saturday afternoon in Welland. It'll be a good event, along with the home run competition earlier in the day. I think they said 1 o'clock. I'm not sure of the time, but it'll be a good day in Welland. And as we had discussed earlier, the Barnstormers have taken some different approaches, throwing more strikes, more deliberate with pitching, and more timely hitting recently. And they have the strong support of a good fan base in Chatham. We've got very, very good crowds, and they've been very supportive of the Barnstormers.
Meeting at home plate here, just a few minutes to go until the opening pitch, about 7 or 8 minutes from now, as the Barnstormers try to make it 4 wins in a row. And not done with the home cooking just yet, too. Don't forget, on Tuesday night, they will be right back here at Fergie Jenkins Field as the London Majors will pay a visit down the 401 at 7:35 opening pitch on Tuesday night. So, again, you've got some time to come on down here to the park this afternoon. Great day for baseball. The sun's coming out, and still some tickets available. So you can come on down to the park, enjoy it this afternoon, and certainly come on down on Tuesday evening as well, as London will be in town. Quick rundown of the lineups here, as we're just a few minutes away from getting going for the Welland Jackfish visiting this afternoon. On top will be your center fielder, Gio Morello. At first base, batting second, Matteo Porcelano. Robert Mullen, another all-star coming up here for Welland. He is a big bat. He's the catcher, batting third. Grayson Barrett, your right fielder, batting cleanup. DH, Jake Sanford. Brandon Hoopy, the 5th person lined up. He's in left field. Jonah Weisnar is the shortstop. Dawson Tweet is at second, and batting ninth, your third baseman is Ethan Hunt. We line up for the Welland Jackfish this afternoon. And for the Barnstormers, a relatively familiar top of the lineup for them. Batting first and right is Spencer Marcus. Dan Patel staying in the number 2 spot. He's your designated hitter this afternoon. Seth Strong is back in his comfy confines of first today. He will be batting third for Panda. Masuki Fukuda remains in the cleanup spot. He's your catcher. Braxton Haggett in left field. He is batting 5th. Batting 6th and at second this afternoon is Anthony Holloway. It's been a little bit since he has had the start, so he is at second base and batting number 6. Number 7 in the lineup, Lee Cusera is back in center field. Jalen Butcher is your third baseman, batting 8th. And batting 9th is a shortstop this afternoon, Torin Vasilenik. And Cam O'Reilly will get the start on the mound for the Barnstormers. Torin Vasilenik, we were talking about his versatility ahead, where he pitched again another good inning last night out of the bullpen. And he's got some struggles at the plate going on. Hopefully he can work through that. But very versatile, where he can come out of the pen and give you an inning every once in a while.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting that he was able to come in and throw an inning. He's a shortstop, big, tall, rangy guy with a strong arm, and he threw enough strikes to close the game last night. And when you're playing as much as we have been and will be, you need all hands on deck for anybody who can throw some innings and throw some strikes.
Minutes away here from game time, the Welland Jackfish here 2 weeks ago, and that was a really big test for the Barnstormers, and they really, it was a heartbreaking loss, but they really passed that test with flying colors with the inaugural season, playing the first place team, the champions from last year, and they had a lead until the top of the ninth.
Yep, played them really well. They played them tough, and I remember saying at the loss, that's okay. When you give what you got and you lose, that's baseball. And they were in the game right till the very end, and that's what makes the sport as interesting as it is.
As much as it stung, it was good starting pitching. You had some timely hits early on in that ball game, and by and large the bullpen held up, but it was one of those things. I don't think it was necessarily the fault of the pitching staff late in the game. It was just the bounces were not going to go Chatham-Kent's way that day.
And sometimes you lose, and
someone's got to lose.
That's the way it goes. There's no sour grapes or pointing fingers that somebody should have done this or done that. It was a well-played game, and Welland won. And that's the nature of baseball, and hopefully we see a well-played game again today.
Umpires this afternoon, back at home plate will be Justin Van Horn. He'll be calling balls and strikes. Steve Cochran is your first base umpire, and Katrina Kadot. We've seen Katrina, I believe, all 3 games so far here at Fergie Field this weekend. She'll be the umpire along the third base line. Again, we want to thank our sponsors making this broadcast happen for the inaugural season of the Barnstormers. Again, thanks very much to Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance. We want to thank Four Diamond Catering as well for being on board, and a bunch of others as well. Thank you very much for supporting Barnstormer Baseball, including Batter Bus, the official transport of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, and the Chatham-Kent Fire Department. All making this happen here on the YouTube channel for year number 1 for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. And again, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel just yet, hit that subscribe button and you will know exactly when the Barnstormers will be right here live on our telecast. Back here on Tuesday night as well. After this game is all done, we'll set our sights on Tuesday and the London Majors in town for the 7:35 game. As we are getting ready for the Canada before this game this afternoon, the Jackfish and the Barnstormers. To field level we go. Canada, as we're getting ready to go here with IBL Baseball, the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. And glad you are with us on this Sunday afternoon and completing a very busy weekend for a number of teams right across the IBL, and especially the Barnstormers. And of course, too, with the Hamilton Cardinals in with the doubleheader yesterday, but 4 games, what amounts to about 2.5 days. Busy stretch, so again, we'll see the energy level for the Barnstormers this afternoon, but also having a busy weekend, the Welland Jackfish.
Yeah, we mentioned last night, if you're playing in the IBL, don't book too many things for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because they're pretty much occupied, and if you get a rainout thrown in there, you're playing a lot of ball. CK will be playing, they played 3 games in 2 days. This will be their 4th game, and then they get tomorrow off, and they're back here again Tuesday with the London Majors coming in, so it's a lot of ball.
Cam O'Reilly getting the start for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers this afternoon, as the left-hander getting his warm-up pitches in here. He's kind of picking up here. Not a bad afternoon. It's still on the humid side. But at 25 Celsius right now, it's still quite humid as it feels like 35. So
Yeah.
25 or 77, but feeling like 35, and you're pushing 100 there.
Yeah, it's a different feeling being up here. We were here for quite a while yesterday, about 8 hours worth. It was warm, hot yesterday, but it's humid down in the field. But we have a cool breeze going through the booth today, so stay tuned. We don't know what to expect some days.
We'll see, and there's also the chance of some less than ideal weather coming a little bit later this afternoon, so we'll keep an eye on that. But hopefully we have a nice window to get this ball game in uninterrupted between the Barnstormers and the Jackfish. Wherever you're peering in, love to have you here this afternoon. Cam O'Reilly, this will be his 5th start of the campaign. Now, yesterday, coming in relief, doing a great job, was Cat Moran, as he pitched, I believe, close to 4 innings out of the bullpen. Did a really, really good job, and he got his ERA down significantly, and that's something that O'Reilly wants to do this afternoon.
Yeah, they both had ERAs that ballooned early in the season. Moran last night stopped the bleeding in the 3rd inning and got the win for his efforts. He was pivotal actually in the win in the 2nd game, and had a really strong outing.
As we are getting ready to go here, Welland Jackfish and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. And stepping in to lead off this game, Gio Morello, your center fielder this afternoon. Morello coming in with a .354 batting average. Great offense on this Jackfish team once again, the defending champs. O'Reilly's ready, and the first pitch of the ball game just a little bit high for ball 1 at 1:37 p.m. And game time temperature again, 25 or 77, but feeling like 35 or 95. And there's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. I include the Fahrenheit for Lori, Seth's mom in Ohio, and for
me.
you too. All right,
Yeah.
and for you too.
I did not receive my education in
Celsius, in metric?
No.
All right.
I still convert.
For Lori and for Ed. Now here's a bunt right back to the pitcher, picked up by O'Reilly. Quick throw to first, and we've got our first out of the ball game. A 1-3 put out as Morello attempting to get on base with that bunt, but did not work out. So only a couple of pitches, and we've got our first out this afternoon. Good start for Cam O'Reilly.
Metric was the word I was searching for.
Right.
Wasn't coming.
You didn't know it so much, you didn't know the word.
Haven't used it so long, I forgot how to describe it.
Well, it's 77 Fahrenheit right now.
Thank you very
just
much.
For you. The time remains 1:37. I can't convert that into anything else. Left-hander Mateo Porcelato now stepping in for the Jackfish of Welland. He's your first baseman this afternoon. With 1 out, nobody on. And first pitch bumped in by O'Reilly for a strike. Porcelato again, an impressive batting average, .337. He's got some power to him as well, so lefty versus lefty. Here's the 0-1 from O'Reilly. Nice movement on that one. Took a little bit of something off there with the velocity too. And no balls and 2 strikes.
I was talking to Harry Muir after the game last night. He is a former pitcher in the Blue Jay chain. He's the general manager of the Barnstormers. We were talking about the difference between pitching and throwing.
Here's the 0-2 pitch and fouled off to the left-hand side. It's quite a difference between the two.
Really is. We were talking about young guys. I want to see how hard they throw the ball. Can I throw the ball 100 miles an hour? But they never consider how many strikes can you throw 100 miles an hour, and they pay for that later on.
O'Reilly set. And now the 0-2 pitch is lined to right field, and right there to make the grab for the second out. Right into the glove of Spencer Marcus patrolling right field this afternoon. And 2 outs for Cam O'Reilly. And that will bring up one of the All-Stars for the Jackfish. Very big power hitting bat of Robert Mullen behind the plate this afternoon. Speaking of Harry Muir, we want to wish him a very happy birthday. And he's put together one heck of a team here for year number 1 of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. So happy birthday to Harry Muir today.
Second that, and he's done a wonderful job. And you think we're starting from zero in terms of forming a team. We had no returning players, and getting players from here, there, and everywhere, and putting a team together that's been really representative of Chatham-Kent.
1 ball and no strikes on Robert Mullen. And the pitch is popped up in the infield. Second baseman, there's Polowick. He's got it. And 3 up, 3 down. A quick inning for the Barnstormers and a great start to the game for Cam O'Reilly. To the bottom of the first we go on this now nice Sunday afternoon at Fergie Jenkins Field. We're scoreless, and you're watching Barnstormers Baseball with Canada Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
All right, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I'm here to introduce you to Chad. Thank you for joining us, Chad.
Thank you for having me to talk here.
Yeah, of course. It's great to have a super fan here, as your jersey says, if you could turn around and show the camera. Super fan number 1. Now, I've got a question for you. What team or what player are you the super fan number 1 for?
For the Chatham Maroons.
Nice. That's great to hear.
I did a craft hockey field in 2017, and we won second place for the Chatham Memorial Arena.
That's wonderful to hear. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Chad, and we're going to send it back to the boys in the booth.
Welcome back to Fergie Jenkins Field. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. It's Barnstormer Baseball on this Sunday afternoon. No score to the bottom of the first. Good start here for Cam O'Reilly on the mound with 3 up, 3 down. And now it's their turn to bat. Will Jackman, the starting pitcher this afternoon for the Jackfish. This is going to be his first game starting this season. He's got a couple of appearances in relief. Only 4 innings pitched so far. And in that small sample size, good ERA at 2.25. So he gets the starting nod this afternoon. So kind of wonder if it's a matter of he's the reliever. And with the busyness of this weekend for everybody, they're going to do kind of a mishmash of people.
Yeah, they have a bullpen day, perhaps. We're not sure who has pitched for them necessarily over the last since Thursday, but I think all hands on deck is a good term to use for pitchers because they're at a premium in this league.
So first start of the season here for Jackman. 1 ball and no strikes on Spencer Marcus in the leadoff spot once again. Takes the second pitch high. 2 balls and no strikes.
Spencer has once again taken over the lead in batting for the Barnstormers, hitting .396. Had a big night last night. Ready to start his All-Star game next Saturday in Welland.
Happy for Spencer and everybody else from the Barnstormers and the Jackfish who are going to represent next weekend.
Could be an interesting event.
At Welland Stadium. If you want to make your way wherever you're listening and watching here this afternoon, make your way up there and check out the All-Star game next weekend. Slider goes outside and low. 3 balls and 1 strike on Spencer Marcus. A couple of home runs, 14 RBIs for Spencer. 3-1. Smacked the other way. Now a race for the ball, but that's going to drop foul. And the count will now be all filled up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Will Jackman started this afternoon for Welland.
Looking at that fence going down the right field line and the left field line, it's a asymmetrical field, and you have to play here a few times to get the feel of where the fences are. They'll sneak up on you.
2 pitch again on the hands a little bit and fouled off from Spencer Marcus. And sometimes you get some quirky bounces too. We saw a couple of instances where the ball just did a completely unexpected bounce and messing up the largely the infielders last night.
Yeah. No, there was a couple that had the right angled bounces that were impossible to field.
Inside and low, ball 4. So that's a leadoff walk to an all-star of the Barnstormers, Spencer Marcus. He draws a base on balls, and he trots down to first base. That will bring up the designated hitter this afternoon, finding his spot in the number 2 hole in the lineup. And Dan Battelle strolls in. If you look up and down these lineups, and his batting averages are starting to look better and better by the game.
He's been hovering around 300 the entire year. He's hitting 295 right now. He's played in most games.
First pitch outside, ball 1 to Dan Battelle. Still looking for his first round tripper of the season, but he's driven in 10 runs so far, 10 RBIs. Spencer Marcus at first on the leadoff walk, and Seth Strong on deck. 1-0 pitch, that's some good movement, and strike 1 called. Bill Jackman. Jackfish losing a tough one yesterday, 6-5. Barry Baycats. 1-1, struck to left field. That will fall in for a base hit going the other way. Something the Barnstormers are doing quite a lot the last few games. And a single the other way for Dan Battelle. 2 on, nobody out for Seth Strong.
Like a replay of last night's single. He just sort of cast it to left field. He waited for the ball to find its spot on the outside part of the plate, and he sort of threw it to left field. Nice swing.
And this sets up another situation here. We saw a 3-run home run first inning for Seth Strong in the nightcap of the doubleheader. And 2 on, nobody out, and a no-doubter to right center field from Strong. See if history can repeat itself just a few hours later.
As we mentioned, Strong hit 2 last night, and he leads the lead with 12 home runs.
First pitch well outside, ball 1 to Seth Strong. 378 batting average, good for second on the team and amongst the best in all of the IBL. As Ed mentioned, 12 home runs, 31 RBIs for Strong. Mighty swing there, but bottom fell out of that one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So he commented he never gets cheated on his swings.
Does not.
Yeah.
He's always wanting to hit that one to downtown Tilbury. 1 ball and 1 strike. Couple looks back to second base. And this one again rails inside and a bit low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Catcher Fukuda, another all-star for the Barnstormers, waiting on deck in your cleanup spot. Another mighty swing, good velocity on that pitch from Jackman. And Panda could not catch up to that one, so the count even up. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the first, looking for the game's first run. After a neat and tidy top of the first, Cam O'Reilly with a good start on the mound for this one. Now the offense trying to pick him up a little bit. Jackman ready, couple looks back to second base, and the 2-2 pitch inside. Yes, good job, good control there by Strong to not swing.
He was thinking about it.
Yep.
Get that high inside fastball. A little bit too inside for his liking. Probably would have gotten jammed.
Count filled up once again. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Seth Strong. Here's the 3-2 and slapped the other way, but right at third. A soft liner. And that one hauled in by Ethan Hunt to the hot corner. So again, another Barnstormer trying to find a hole the other way. Just not placed favorably well, and that's a line out for Seth Strong.
Good base running on that play too. He hit the line drive to third base. Both the runner on first and second retreated to their respective bags, where a lot of guys get caught off, and they're very well trained not to take off.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Masuki Fukuda. His first pitch, nice slider again. Nice movement on that one. Strike 1 to the, again, all-star catcher for the Barnstormers. Looking quite comfortable in the cleanup spot the last number of games. And the pitch now falls in for strike, quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Jackman getting the start this afternoon for the Welland Jackfish.
Fukuda tucks in nicely into the fourth spot because it makes people pitch just strong, knowing that Fukuda's on deck.
Jackman ahead of the count. Here's the 0-2, and this one, it's the elbow. Ran in a bit too much, and it caught Fukuda. So he is all right. He kind of shakes off that arm a little bit. Maybe a bit of a stinger on the elbow. He will trot down to first. So now you've got a situation of bases loaded and just one out for the Barnstormers. And a conversation now will take place at the mound just to kind of maybe calm down Jackman a little bit. And this will bring up a big opportunity for Braxton Haggett. Another hit by pitch. We've seen a number of those this season, really, for not just the Barnstormers, but everybody.
We really have seen a lot of hit by pitch situations. Fukuda, we were laughing last night, caught the first game, and he looked like he was in a mud bath by the end of the game. It was really hot, humid here. He got hit 4 or 5 different times, foul balls, short hops, and he's back at it again today.
At first, that was pretty scary to see, how severe that was going to be.
Yeah. He, typical catcher, right? He seems to be able to take more than the average pain.
Bases loaded for the Barnstormers, just one out, and pitch outside to Braxton Haggett. Back in left field this afternoon. Haggett, again, .276 batting average. 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. Second on the team in runs batted in. And he gets a healthy swing on that one. Pretty good pitch to hit. And fouls it back. Fouling out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Wearing one of my favorite players' numbers, Kirk Gibson, number 23. And Willie Horton. Well, I didn't know that. Tiger trivia.
I didn't know Horton's number.
Yeah, 23.
Grew up watching Gibby.
Yeah, they're both 23.
And catching the inside corner. Strike 2 for Gibson, breaking the hearts of all 6 Oakland A fans back in 1988. Well, they probably had more fans back then.
Probably 8 or 9.
This one well outside. Nice job by the catcher to snag that one. Good job by Mullen. From that going back to the backstop. But again, with that hard backstop, it would probably ricochet back.
It comes back, yeah, that's another local a rule, but not a rule, but irregularity. We got the brick grandstand.
Here's a 2-2 pitch, and getting a piece of it, fouling it off. Staying alive is Braxton Haggett for one of those Fergie Jenkins Field quirks.
And if you're a catcher and the ball gets by you, you should turn around real quick because it may be coming right back at you.
Right. You never know. You might have that runner at third misjudging things. And
if it's really wild, it could be going all the way down the right field line, depending on the angle.
A 2-2 pitch. This one again swatted at. And reaching out, staying alive, protecting the plate is Braxton Haggett. Bases loaded, full of Barnstormers. 1 out. Bottom of the first, nicely underway here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Still scoreless. In the 4th game in 2.5 days here for the Barnstormers, but also a busy weekend for Welland too. Jackman with a 2-2 pitch once again. Line to right field. A base hit. That will score the first run of the game, and that's going to just stay at 1 as Patel will put on the brakes. But Marcus comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Chatham-Kent on the RBI single for Braxton Haggett. That's a good at-bat once again, as the Barnstormers doing a good job to get deep into the count by and large, and again,
yeah, they're just waiting.
Placed.
Yeah, they're waiting on the pitch, and that's the way they write about in the book successful hitting, and it's easier said than done sometimes.
Anthony Pollowick gets to start here this afternoon at second base. His first pitch outside, ball 1. Comes in with a .267 batting average. No home runs. He's driven in 7 so far this season. The fans looking for more offense here. Nicely underway and a 1-0 lead for CK. And catching the outside part of the plate. Fans here not a huge fan of that call. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Barnstormers' second baseman this afternoon. And Luke Casera on deck. Here's a liner to right field. Another base hit. 1 run in. And again, station to station. Holding steady at third base. Stopping there is Fukuda, but Patel comes in to score. And another RBI single. 2-0 Chatham-Kent.
Good swings. You can't fault the choice in swings and the success of the first 6 batters for the Barnstormers.
3 hits. Sorry, Ed.
Oh, no problem. I was just going to say, and the right fielder obviously has a strong arm. He made 2 really strong throws into the cutoff man. We didn't even challenge to score the 2 runs on either play.
3 hits, 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk, and 2 runs in for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers.
Got an email from Rick Casera this morning, and he did play basketball with Rick Carente.
Okay, so that was clear.
And the two faced each other last night. Richard Carente faced his son at bat. That was kind of interesting. Another generation.
Good moment for Richard Carente last night, again with the Hamilton Cardinals, a long-time Welland Jackfish. He was with this organization for 10 years.
Yeah.
Of course, when they moved to Welland from, I believe, Burlington back in 2019. So he was a longtime member of that organization, and he got a chance to be on the mound for an inning last night here in his hometown of Chatham on Fergie Jenkins Field.
Yeah, Richard, he attended high school in Chatham, and as well as his dad. And say it's interesting from our perspective that we do have local flavor on the Barnstormer roster. I think it adds a level of interest for the local fans, as well as it's pretty interesting too, I think, to have people coming in from different countries and different parts of Canada to form a team. And basically, if you look at the cross-section of our roster, that's what we have.
So only a third of an inning for the starter Jackman as he gets the hook after giving up 2 runs, 3 hits, a walk, and a hit batter. And now Brandon Underhill will come in, I'm sure far earlier than he expected he would. So a good start here for the Barnstormers. Underhill, he started a couple of games for the Jackfish. This is his 10th appearance overall. He's got a lot of decisions. He's 4-1 on this campaign. Trying to stop things up here for the Jackfish. Lee Casera now as we get back to the game. Casera, your starting center fielder this afternoon. And this one, a high, short pop-up in the shallow right field. Back to make the grab.
It's almost an infield fly call. The second baseman had gone to the outfield and was turned and facing the infield. Usually they call that infield fly to avoid the purposeful drop and the double play potential. Wasn't called.
Dawson Tweed able to pull that one down. So now that's the second out of the bottom of the first inning. And Jalen Butcher gets the start here this afternoon. He's your third baseman for the Barnstormers. Base is full, 2 out. 2 runs in, nice movement, and strike 1 from Underhill. Butcher again, .240 batting average. He's got 5 RBIs. An RBI potential here. Base is full, and this one missing just a little bit inside against good movement from Brandon Underhill. 31 innings pitched coming in, only giving up 20 hits. Striking out 22. Been a good campaign for him. There's a bouncer through the pitcher, now picked up at second base and tossing over to first. A 4-3 putout, but 2 runs for Chatham-Kent in the bottom of the first inning as they now have a 2-0 lead on the Welland Jackfish. Coming back for the second inning from Fergie Jenkins Field. Thanks for having us on this Sunday afternoon with Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
Every family, every asset, every business we insure is a chapter in our story. We listen with open hearts, understanding that behind every insurance policy is a unique narrative. It's not just about numbers, it's about your dreams, your aspirations, your life. We take over your risks so you can live life to the fullest. Because we're not just some insurance people behind a desk, we're part of a community that has your back.
From beginning, middle, and end, the personal touch is crucial. Your ideas are worth listening to, and they're probably the best way to go because you know your story, you know your family's story, you know what's going to work best for the gathering, the context, the space, the music, all of those kind of things. People are feeling like, oh, I have permission to do what we want for Dad, and we get to say, yeah, of course you do. This is your dad.
Top of the second inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. Christmas in July here at the park on this 14th of July. Another great crowd here at Fergie Jenkins Field. 2-0 for the Barnstormers as we go to the top of the second inning. This one a little bit low. Ball one. Cam O'Reilly, great first inning, 3 up and 3 down. Not too many pitches at all as he gets back here with Grayson Barrett, your right fielder, batting cleanup, leading off the second inning. Pitch is just a bit inside, couldn't quite nab the corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Barrett at the top of batting average for his team, swing and a miss as he was swinging for the fences there. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Healthy 373 batting average.
Very healthy, so good season for the infielder for the Jackfish. 4 home runs, 25 RBI, so he makes the most of his opportunities to knock in those runs and pitch outside and low. So now 3 balls and 1 strike for Grayson Barrett. 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the lineup for Welland. Barrett, Sanford, and Yupi. Riley looks in. 3-1 pitch on the way. This one slapped foul the other way. And a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here. There's the 3-2, and this one again flies out of the hand of O'Reilly a little bit, well outside and low. And that's ball 4, and a leadoff walk here for the Jackfish in the top of the second inning as Barrett will trot down to first. And that will bring up the designated hitter this afternoon, Jake Sanford for Welland. Left-hander versus left-hander as Sanford strolls in. O'Reilly with a runner at first to contend with, and now a fly ball to center field. This is hit pretty well. Back to the warning track. Now coming in and having to dive, and he misplays it. The wind kind of swirling. I think the wind was a big factor there. And when all is said and done, it's going to be runners at second and third with nobody out here for Welland. So that was an adventure to say the least. And Lee Kucera, who's normally very good fielder out in the outfield, he just had a world of trouble there. He didn't know how to judge that one.
No, he turned right away and ran to the fence, and when he found where the ball was, he had to sprint forward and tried to dive and make a shoestring catch at the end, and he wasn't able to catch up to it. The wind is swirling, and it's coming right at us, so it's not hard to see why the ball got hung up.
You probably hear the wind kind of swirling around. And already a factor here early in this ball game, top of the second. 2 on, both in scoring position, nobody out for Welland. A 2-0 Chatham-Kent lead. O'Reilly, he's ready. And nice off-speed pitch, taking something off, a swing and a miss. So we call that a double for Sanford. And Hupy, the left fielder this afternoon, now up for Welland. The 0-1 pitch just a little bit outside. Didn't quite get the call. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 other games going on in the IBL this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on those. Very busy weekend. Everybody quite busy across the IBL. Here's the 1-1. Fouled right back towards us. And O'Reilly ahead of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trying to get it big out here. He's in a little bit of hot water with 2 runners on, both in scoring position, second and third. Nobody out.
Looks like O'Reilly's been working on his delivery. In the last couple of times out, he's been flying open, not finishing the pitch. He's getting through the pitch today, and he's showing pretty consistent strike.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and getting under this one, another fly ball, shallow right field, and this time making the catch coming in, and shallow enough that it's not going to advance any runner. Nice job coming in, making the catch, Spencer Marcus. And that's pretty enormous out when you go from 2 on and nobody out, and now they're staying put, now there's 1 out.
Even that one hung up. Spencer Marcus, where he finally got the ball, was just behind the second base.
So the higher you get the fly balls this afternoon, the more the adventure, and you never know how it's going to down again.
It could be a factor as long as the wind continues in the direction. It's sort of swirling. It's hard to judge because we look at the flags on top of the scoreboard. You don't really see flags whipping in the wind, but there definitely is a factor.
Jonah Wisnack now coming up here for the Jackfish. He's your shortstop this afternoon. Runners at second and third, 1 out. And the pitch from O'Reilly catches the outside corner. Good job again getting ahead of many of the hitters so far this afternoon.
So much more fun if you're pitching, if you can get ahead of the pitchers. You're more options.
Takes the pressure off just a little bit. Here's the 1 strike pitch. This one in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. And one of the big architects of the first season for the Barnstormers, Harry Muir. We want to wish him again a happy birthday. Harry Muir, born on this date in oh no, we're not going to. We won't reveal that. 19-something.
Got to behave yourself today. Santa's watching.
Yeah, that's right. Take the wish list away. Happy birthday to Harry today. And this is a ground ball to first, picked up by Seth Strong. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the Barnstormers gladly will trade a run for the second out of the inning. As Grayson Barrett comes in to score, and the Jackfish now within 1. It's 2-1 for Chatham-Kent. So a ground out to Seth Strong over at first, 2 down. And Jake Sanford will move up to third base now. Dawson Tweet at the plate now for the Jackfish. Their lefty versus lefty situation, something we've seen more often than I would think in the last couple of days here.
Yeah, we were commenting on that yesterday. The Hamilton game, they had a lot of left-handed batters, and we had several left-handed pitchers yesterday, 2 in particular.
1 ball and no strikes. Dawson Tweet, second baseman for the Jackfish. O'Reilly's pitch again rails down and in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. And the Barnstormers, 3-game winning streak, now 11-15 in their inaugural season. Good for 6th in the IBL. Right now, just a game behind the Hamilton Cardinals for 5th spot. Here's the 2-0 and a fly ball to center field. And calming this one down, fighting the wind. And gloving it to end the inning, Lee Casera. We played 1.5 innings, pardon me, as we go to the bottom of the second. 1 run in for the Jackfish. It's a 2-1 lead for the Barnstormers. You're watching Barnstormer Baseball, presented by Kennett Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Inter-County Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Inter-County Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
I said, that's really unusual. They have it short.
Here at Fergie Jenkins Field, bottom of the second inning we go on this nice yet windy Sunday afternoon. Glad you're here. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. And glad you're peering in this afternoon. Love to know where you're tuning in from, so let us know in the chat. We were telling you how humid of a day it is here in Chatham-Kent, and it's quite humid in Ohio, as Seth Strong's mom has said. It's 88 Fahrenheit, feeling like 96. Lori says she's baking like a toasted cheeser. I don't know what that is. It's like the grilled cheese?
Must be a Wisconsin term.
Even though she's in Ohio.
Yeah, well, it's closer by.
Yeah,
closer than us.
I guess so.
I don't know what the temperature is in Scotland with our buddy Ian.
We'll see if Ian's watching here this afternoon. It's just after supper time over there. So let us know where you're hearing in from. Love to know. But wherever it is, glad you are here. Nice afternoon here in Chatham-Kent. Wind swirling around. It's already made its presence known in this game. 1-1 pitch is outside and low in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Torrin Vasilenic, number 9 hitter for the Barnstormers. Back at shortstop this afternoon. Gets his bat on that one and fouls it off. Saw him in a relief mode last night to mop up the second game in the doubleheader.
I was just thinking that he made a big contribution, especially when you're running shy on strong arms in the bullpen. He came in and pitched the last inning and was really successful in finishing the game for the Barnstormers.
2-2 pitch flies out of the hand of the pitcher a little bit and goes upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job for Vasilenic to work this count and make it full. Vasilenic, Spencer Marcus, and Dan Battelle, the 9-1-2 hitters in the second inning for the Barnstormers. 8 men to the plate back in the first. Couple of runs. And the 3-2, getting another little bit of the bat on it. Fouling it off left-hand side is Vasilenic. So
he's had a rough run for the last couple of weeks. His batting average has dropped to 143. It's tough to get out of those slumps. The more you push, the harder you try, the more frustrating it seems to become.
3-2 pitch lined into left field. That'll help the batting average. A base hit for Vasilenic to lead off the bottom of the second inning for Chatham-Kent. So for the second straight inning, leadoff man reaches. And that's got to feel really good if you're Torrin Vasilenic at the plate.
Well, yeah. Put a nice swing on that, and he took his time. Sometimes you get really anxious and you're ahead of everything when you're not making good contact, but he put a nice swing on that pitch.
So apparently I've got to brush up on my baseball movie knowledge. Apparently a Toasted Cheeser is the reference to the Sandlot movie.
Oh.
So I'm a little embarrassed. I'm sorry about that. I have seen that movie. It's been a long time. Thanks to Lori Strong for setting me straight.
I guess I was thinking of the Cheeseheads from Green Bay.
Yeah. Pitch in for a strike. So we're back to the top of the order here. Vasilenik with a leadoff walk here, bottom of the second. Nobody out. 2-1 lead for the Barnstormers. And Spencer Marcus, Dan Patel on deck. Here's a grounder to first, a little bit of a bobble. And now taking the ball himself to the bag after that initial bobble is Mateo Porcelato, but that will move the runner down to second base. So job done there for Spencer Marcus as he moves the runner up 90 feet.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mike's Place once again for not only feeding
Thank
us. Oh, we're going to show the pizza? We're showing the pizza.
Yeah, right here.
There we go. There's a delicious, that looks like a Meat Lovers. Thanks to Mike's Place, Queen Street in Chatham. You got the assistant general manager being the pizza, what would you call him? The pizza show-off guy.
Yeah.
The pizza model, Scott Curry today.
Well, that was Scott. I couldn't turn around.
That's
Couldn't see him.
Scott Curry. I was wondering, I guess they wanted to get the pizza on the camera. I didn't know he was just kind of lingering back there.
Thank you to Mike. You may visit Mike's later on today.
That sounds like a pretty good idea to me. Mike's Place in Chatham on Queen Street.
I think they don't open till 4 on Sunday, I think.
That's a good piece of information.
I think so.
All right. So Mike's Place in Chatham, normally with our Barnstormer games at the restaurant. A great place to be. Great food, atmosphere, patio's wonderful. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dan Patel. Runner in scoring position, Torin Vasilenik at second. He's moved up by Spencer Marcus. And the 2-2 pitch taken the other way and well foul. Dan Patel up for the second time here this afternoon. He singled back in the first inning.
Got that inside-out swing figured out. He's put that swing out several times in the last couple of days. He'll go to left field anytime.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Designated hitter Dan Patel. Here's the pitch. This one line to left field. That's a base hit. And Vasilenik had to make sure that it goes through. Now it's bobbled in left field. Here he comes to the plate, and he's going to score. Vasilenik comes in with the third Barnstormer run. It's a 3-1 Chatham-Kent lead, and on that little bobble and the throw, it's Patel who will get to second base. So certainly a base hit, and now they're going to give a bobble and an error to the left fielder. So a single and an E7. As Brendan Hoopy had a little bit of trouble getting that grounder.
A couple of breaks on that one. Vasilenik was going back to second on the line drive, thinking that the line drive might have been caught, but it went between the short and third, and then when the ball went out to the left field, it handcuffed him, and he was able to score.
Here's Seth Strong, third second. 1 out. And nice movement on that one. Hits the outside corner. Strike 1. Barnstormers 3 and the Jackfish 1. Bottom of the second inning. So lots of offense early on in this ball game. And a nice day here at Fergie Jenkins Field. And looking over here to the crowd. Another amazing turnout on this Sunday afternoon. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one catches the corner once again. Some good movement on the sliders. No balls and 2 strikes on Seth Strong. Brandon Underhill, the second pitcher of the afternoon for Welland. As Jackman had the start, but couldn't get out of that first inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right side, first base, picked up and taken to the bag himself. That will move the runner up as the out recorded by Porcelato. But Patel moves up to third base. So 2 unassisted putouts in this inning for Porcelano at first. And Patel at third base now, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter, your catcher, Masuki Fukuda, who's been on base. He did it the hard way. He got a pitch off the elbow, hit by pitch back in the first inning, and also came around to score. Dropped in for a strike. No balls and 1 strike from Underwood.
The Panda got all breaking stuff that time at bat. Didn't provide any of the power for him, and he got outmatched in that at bat.
Fouled off. Brandon Underhill. His 10th game of the season for Welland, and he started a couple so far this season for the Jackfish. Trying to get some innings under his belt here. Take the bullpen for Welland. There is a ground ball, trails foul from Fukuda. Stays alive with no balls and 2 strikes. Bell at third, 2 out. 1 run in so far here for CK in this inning. A 3-1 lead over the first place defending champs from Welland. Underhill sets in the pitch, well high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braxton Haggith waiting on deck, looking to get a turn here in this bottom of the second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's sent to left center field. Down for a Baines hit. Another run comes in. Now it gets past the left fielder. An easy stand-up double for Masuki Fukuda. And an RBI. It's 4-1 Barnstormers.
Fukuda might be our most improved hitter over the last 3 weeks. Started moderately well, but he's come on and now is the cleanup hitter, hitting behind Seth Strong, and was selected as a reserve in the All-Star game next Saturday. So he's really caught the eye of many people and has played really well.
A lot of hitters really getting their stride in the last couple of weeks. Everything really coming together, meshing, and it's shown in the standings here for the Barnstormers. They're on quite a run.
Yeah, and they're waiting on pitches. He waited on that pitch. They were so eager to begin with. They were making a lot of mistakes, not knowing what the lay of the land of the league and what was expected of them, and made a few mistakes early in the season, and that seems to have subsided.
Training staff out there in the outfield after that double from Fukuda. Looks like everyone's okay out there. Looks like the center fielder had to get looked at, the shoulder.
He might have bounced on his shoulder when he made the dive for the ball.
It's like Morello out there. He will be all right. He stays in the game, which is good to see. Perspective of the Barnstormers. Good to see another 2 spot in this inning and still going in the bottom of the second. 4-1 lead for Chatham-Kent. Suki Fukuda, RBI double to go with a hit by pitch, so he's off to a good start here this afternoon. And Braxton Haggis trying to add on to the lead here. He has an RBI single back last inning in the first. His first pitch dropped in for a strike. From Underhill. Again, catches the outside part of the plate, just a sliver on the outside. Called strike 2 by Justin Van Horn. Calling balls and strikes. Good at second, 2 out, 2 strikes on Braxton Hagen. And a swing and a miss. He strikes out. That's going to end the second inning, but 2 more runs come across for Chatham-Kent, and they extend their lead to a 4-1 edge over the Welland Jackfish. 2 complete here at Fergie Jenkins Field. You are watching Barnstormers Baseball, presented by Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. back here at the top of the third inning. Here at Fergie Jenkins Field, Christmas in July theme on a beautiful summer-like Sunday afternoon. 4-1 lead for the Barnstormers. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers and the rest of the crew. And nice movement on that pitch. Strike one on Ethan Hunt. Cam O'Reilly into his third inning of work. Really, so far, Ed, he's been very good. And certainly this is a game he needs to get some things worked on in the ERA to come down.
Yeah, no, he changed his delivery. I'm sure that he and Coach Rondon
Tough over to third, but a nice job from the hot corner to fire over to first. One up and one down. Good job there, Jalen Butcher staying with that one.
Mm-hmm. Short hopped it. Took his time throwing across the diamond. Made a good play.
So 5-3 putouts and just a couple of pitches. So the number 9 hitter is retired. And we're back to the top of the order. And Gio Morello. He was looked at in the outfield that last half inning. Hopefully everything's okay with him, but he stays in the ball game. Looks to be all right. And Morello 0 for 1. First time up to start off the ball game. He tapped it back to O'Reilly. A 1-3 putout. It just misses the bottom of the strike zone. Ball one on Gio Morello. That one looks mighty good, but out of the eyes of Justin Van Horn does not get the call. 2 balls and no strikes. One out here in the top of the third. Base is empty and a 3-run lead for the Barnstormers. Pitch now well in the dirt. Now Cam O'Reilly down 3 balls and no strikes. Only given up 1 hit. Walked 1 so far, but otherwise about it in this ball game. And this one too far inside, a bit high, so that's a 4-pitch walk. The second base is on balls issued by O'Reilly this afternoon, so Morello trots down to first. 1 out, 1 on for Mateo Porcelato, first baseman for the Jackfish. Number 2 hole this afternoon. And now he bunts, and that's going to go right back to the pitcher. And a bunt attempt gone wrong, right back to O'Reilly, and he threw it over to first to try and get the double play, but back in well amount of time was Morello. But a big gift there for the Barnstormers as that bunt did not work out.
No, went right back to the pitcher. Fielded a little pop-up.
So Morello back to first base, and now we're having a conversation between the umpires.
Huddling about something, I'm not sure what it is.
So again, Porcelato, bunt attempts right back to the mound, and O'Reilly. Well, there was a talk about whether or not he got back to the bag, I guess. I thought he looked well safe. As O'Reilly looked to get the double play there. Now, manager Dan Norman comes out for an explanation. Dan Norman trying to get that punch-out sign there. For some reason, he was wanting a double play. I didn't see how it was not close necessarily. But
I'm wondering if the first base umpire indicated out, not meaning to say out. They're using the gesture thing, like you put your hand up as if he was out. I don't think he was out. I think he got back in plenty of time. It's the only thing I could guess. It's Christmas, so we can forgive.
Yeah, Christmas in July. Santa says, give him another chance. Yes. Christmas in July here.
Well put, Michael.
Thank you, Santa Myers.
You must be courteous day to day.
That's true. Yeah. Be kind. Be kind all the time. Especially
at least one day a year.
Yeah. Actual Christmas and then Christmas in July. Maybe 2 days a year. Runner on, now 2 out for the Jackfish. O'Reilly back to work, and a nice movement on that slider. Getting ahead of the count No balls and 1 strike. Robert Mullen, the catcher. Oh for 1. Here's the pitch from O'Reilly, and now this gets away from Fukuda. And easily moving up is Gio Morello. He'll get to second base. Now a runner in scoring position with 2 down. Count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike on Robert Mullen. Popped out to second base, his first time up to retire the side in the first inning. 4-1 lead for the Barnstormers, 2 in the bottom of the first, 2 in the bottom of the second. Jackfish getting their run at the top of the second inning.
How did it go yesterday? Awesome. Yeah? Yeah, it was a nice day for us.
O'Reilly ready, and the pitch, ground ball to Chopper to third, all the way over to first. And a 5-3 putout. Mullen is retired, and so are the Jackfish in the top of the third inning. Walk and no further damage. It is a 4-1 lead for Chatham-Kent as we go to the bottom of the third with Barnstormer Baseball presented by Canada Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball, fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm here to introduce to you
Carter.
Carter. Thank you very much, Carter. All right, so we're going to ask you some questions. How have you been enjoying the game so far?
Oh, yeah.
You like it? It's a great game? How many games have you been to?
This is my third one.
That's really nice. How many wins did you see?
I watched the home opening and the same team, but on just a regular game.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you very much for doing an interview with me. Have a great day. And we're going to send it back to the boys in the booth.
Bottom of the third inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field on this nice Sunday here, but it looks like maybe to the east of us, not necessarily so nice. It looks like they're in a rain delay. I'm hearing in Toronto between Brantford and Toronto, and I believe in Hamilton. The game between the London Majors and Hamilton Cardinals has already been put off because of rain, from what I'm seeing. So, and I don't have an update from Kitchener either, so I wonder if weather's a factor there. So, looks like it's a wonderful day here, but maybe to the east of us, not so much. I haven't taken a look at the Doppler Barnstormer Raider 9000 just yet, but here looking pretty good. Maybe the only game we'll see in the IBL today, but wherever you're peering in, glad you're here. And Anthony Polowick leads off the bottom of the third here for the Barnstormers, and 2 quick strikes. Here's Underhill, and this pitch well in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Anthony Polowick, getting the start at second base this afternoon for the Barnstormers. He had an RBI single back in the first, 1 for 1. And now a swing and a miss as that sunk out of the strike zone, gets away from the catcher, but he'll toss it down to first to officially make it a punch out.
Well, sort of fell out of the sky, went straight down. I'm not sure what he threw, but certainly dropped in a hurry.
Second strikeout for Underhill. Lee Casera coming up for the Barnstormers, center fielder this afternoon. Polowick, Casera, and Butcher, 6, 7, and 8 hitters this bottom of the third for the Barnstormers. And now a fly ball to right going the other way, getting a beat on it and making the catch, Grayson Barrett. So a couple of quick outs for the second pitcher of the afternoon for the Welland Jackfish, Brandon Underhill, as he took over from the starter, Jackman, who couldn't get out of the first inning. So far, a quick bottom of the third of this nice but windy, swirling wind afternoon here, certainly up at the booth here in CK. And first pitch just trails outside a little bit to Jalen Butcher.
Jalen can get things going here. So his mother before the game, she's here supporting her son. Jason, obviously, what I just said, is a local product. Mom was a good athlete. Dad was a good athlete. Don't know if Dad's here or not.
Takes it outside and low, ahead of the count here. 2 balls and 1 strike to the number 8 hitter this afternoon in the lineup for Dan Norman and the Barnstormers. Here's the 2-1 pitch, lays off, doesn't swing, and they verify that down to first base. Steve Cochran says no swing. Working the count, Jalen Butcher here. 3 balls and 1 strike with Torrin Vasilenic on deck. 2 outs, and the 3-1 trails inside, but it still catches the inside sliver of the plate. As Butcher tried to sell that one, kind of flinching, getting out of the way, but
yeah, he was one of the few guys that almost hit it over the left field fence. He hit the fence in the air.
And now in for strike 3, catches the inside part of the plate, so Butcher strikes out. Second K of the inning, and 3 up, 3 down go the Barnstormers in the bottom of the third. 3 complete here at Fergie Jenkins Field, the 4-1 lead for Chatham-Kent. You're watching Barnstormers baseball with Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Cam O'Reilly back to work, top of the 4th inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers, Barnstormer Baseball, and a foul off here. Grayson Barrett starts things off for the Welland Jackfish. The cleanup batter, right fielder here this afternoon. No balls and 1 strike from Cam O'Reilly. 0-1 pitch, a liner to short, picked up by Vasilenic. He's got a tough play, and damn, what a throw by Vasilenic, and a good job by Seth Strong, who had to come off the bag, tag the runner, and called out by Steve Cochran, but that's not going to be good enough for Barrett.
I don't get why an umpire makes a call and then he asks for a consultation. I'm not following that. Make the call and move on.
Don't necessarily get the best view from this angle. I
Well,
know
he's
we're
the
getting a
closest-
replay on the screen, but
He's the closest guy to the play.
you see Strong apply the tag, and that's been confirmed. So the umpires get together. They say, yep, that's an out. And a nice play at short. Torn Vasilenic, he had a long way to go and a long throw, and he was helped out by his first baseman.
Yeah, and he got the cannon arm. He went in the hole to his right and fired it across. But Seth Strong is a good first baseman, good footwork, and we don't know from here, but it appeared he made the tag, runner going by him.
Umpires confer it, so that's a 6-3 with a star next to it.
Umpire was closer than we were, so we'll take his word for it.
Without the replay, we don't really have a good view of that part of the field. Not that great anyway. Strike pumped in there from Cam O'Reilly. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Sanford, the designated hitter. There's a 1-1 pitch from O'Reilly and a little check swing to second. This is going to be a tough play and no play at all. Having a little trouble handling that one, but that was going to be a tough one right from the start as Anthony Polowick had the tough task, just couldn't field it cleanly, but I don't think he would have gotten him even if he did get it cleanly.
No. O'Reilly was following through the other way, and he wasn't able to move to his left, and second baseman was playing the depth of a left-handed batter, and it's a perfect place to put the ball if you want to hit.
Infield hit for Jake Sanford. 1 man on, 1 man out, top of the 4th inning. And this one from O'Reilly is high in the zone. 1 ball and no strike. And Dad Curtis O'Reilly tuning into the broadcast this afternoon. And we've got him watching all the way from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Moose Jaw, very nice 20 Celsius right now. 2 balls and no strikes from O'Reilly to the left fielder, Brandon Hupy. Now he'll throw over, and this one gets away from Seth Strong. Not the greatest of throws, and this is going to get Sanford up to second base. On the throw over, gets away from Seth Strong, and that'll get the runner up 90 more feet.
Happened last night, too, an overthrow on a pickup. You got a 4-1 lead, 1 out. Maybe if you want to keep the runner close, you can step off, not risk the throw.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one fouled off to the right-hand side. 2 balls and 1 strike. So in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, 20 Celsius. Ed Myers, what is that in Fahrenheit?
68.
Oh, my goodness. Well done. You did know.
The real temperature, right?
Okay. Okay. The battle of the metric versus imperial. Here's the 2-1 pitch. This one rides low. Now 3 balls and 1 strike on the left fielder for the Welland Jackfish this afternoon. Flying out to right field his first time up back in the 2nd. 0 for 1. And Jonah Weisnar on deck. 4-1 lead for the Barnstormers rather. Top of the 4th. Swing and a miss, taking something off that pitch. Change up from O'Reilly.
Nice delivery. He let that ball out of his hand, and it appeared he was throwing his regular fastball, and he took something off, and very effective pitch.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the full count pitch. This one gets away and inside and low. Ball 4. So 2 on now with 1 out. The 3rd walk issued in total this afternoon from O'Reilly. So an infield hit from Sanford. Now that walk that's going to bring up Jonah Weisnar, the shortstop for Welland. 2 on and 1 out. 4-1 lead for Chatham-Kent. Longer ball game so far than what we saw in either game yesterday, as we're now just in the top of the 4th after hour and 15 minutes of baseball. There's a nice pitch. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Jonah Weisnar. Headed out to first baseman Seth Strong, first time up. Here's a base hit into right field as it gets under the glove of Polowick, and now it's a play at the plate, and he's
lost.
Oh, he lost the ball. That was going to be an amazing play.
Communication, I think, between the catcher and the first baseman. Seth cut the ball off. I'm not sure if they were communicating properly. Could be the language barrier between the two. It looked like the ball was right on line if he'd let it go.
I think the home plate ump was almost ready to give the punch out sign there. That was going to be amazing. But
they had him, but he had to relay it. I'm wondering if he told him to cut it off or not originally, because it looked like the throw was on line. Looks like it would have gone right through.
So a run scores for Welland. It's now 4-2 for the Barnstormers. RBI single for Weisnar. And Dawson Tweet now up for the second time this afternoon. And he squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes it low. Ball one. 1-0. One run in for Welland. 4-2 lead here for Chatham-Kent. And Cam O'Reilly in his first hint of any trouble here this afternoon, trying to hold him to this one run. Get out of this inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, taking something off once again. Bottom falling out of it, and a big cut there from Tweet.
The other thought on that play, usually if a catcher wants you to cut the ball off, he'll say, cut it off, throw it to second, cut it off, throw it to me. And it doesn't appear that Seth knew where to throw the ball after he cut it off.
1 ball, 1 strike on Dawson Tweet. Here's a pitch from O'Reilly and a chopper to second. Polowick to short to first, and not quite in time at first, but they do get the lead runner. They do get one. That ball just not hit quite hard enough to turn the 2 realistically. But the Barnstormers will take that out at second base. Now you have runners at the corners and 2 out. So on that fielder's choice, he'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Ethan Hunt. Third baseman this afternoon for Welland. Another big hello this afternoon to a huge supporter of the Barnstormers. I have known for quite some time, Daryl Lucio. Runs the Chatham Pro Shop on St. Clair Street in Chatham. Big supporter personally and professionally for the CK Barnstormers. In their first season, runner goes at second. Throwdown is a little bit wide, so that's going to be a stolen base. And the Jackfish will have runners now at second and third. 2 out. So Weisnar gets the stolen base. Ball 1, no strike count on Ethan Hunt. And a ground ball to short, picked up, firing across. That will end the inning. Big ground out. And that will hold the Jackfish to just 1 run on this top of the 4th. 1 run, a couple batters left, a couple of runners left on. And the Barnstormers still have a 4-2 lead on the Jackfish as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. As you are watching Barnstormer Baseball with Ken and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
Hi everyone, I'm here to welcome Warner. We're gonna ask some questions. You ready, Warner?
Yeah.
All right. So I see you've got your catching mitt with you. How long have you been playing baseball?
Like 6 years.
That's good. So that's almost most of your life, then, isn't it?
Yep.
It's good. It's good to hear that the younger generation's coming out here and learning how to play the game and supporting the team.
Yeah, I love coming out to these games.
That's great to hear. Thank you very much, Warner. All right, we're going to send it back to the boys in the booth now.
Bottom of the fourth inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. A 4-2 lead for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers over the Welland Jackfish. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. Just enjoying Ed Myers' wife, Diane's shortbread cookies. Thank you, Diane.
It's Christmas.
It is Christmas in July. There's a Christmas present for Torin Vasilenik. A single to left field. And don't look now, but Torin is 2 for 2 at the plate. And that's great to see, to get that batting average up.
Good to see reestablishing his confidence. He had a long dry spell there for the last 10 days to 2 weeks.
Leadoff single for Vasilenik. Back to the top of the order. Spencer Marcus in right field this afternoon for Chatham-Kent. 4-2 lead for CK, bottom 4. So thanks to Diane Myers, her wonderful shortbread cookies. Christmas in July. We're going to have to convince her that it's Christmas every game.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
You can try.
Baked goods every game from Diane Myers. That'd
Good luck.
be great. Good luck on that one. She's now blocked me. Again, hi to Daryl Lucio, who runs the Chatham Bro Shop in Chatham. Big supporter of the Barnstormers right since they were announced they were coming to town. He writes me and said, "Why didn't you ever mention me and my business and what's going on here?" So, okay, you know what? That's my bad. I'm sorry, Daryl. So, Chatham Pro Shop on St. Clair Street. Make sure you follow them on all the social channels.
You can tell him you can meet him at Mike's after the game.
Come on over. He's camping right now. So, he's watching. I'm not sure where he's camping, but he's at the camper. He's watching us. But I'm pretty sure, Daryl, if wherever you're camping, we're not too far away. Join us at Mike's after. And Ed Myers will buy you maybe a pitcher.
A pine float.
I can't guarantee that's going to happen. And I don't know how far away he is right now, but he's in there camping away. And thanks to Daryl for hearing in. Chatham Pro Shop, St. Clair Street in Chatham. I hope I've made up on my lack of mentions this season. See if I get his approval or not. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Spencer Marcus. 1 on, nobody out for the Barnstormers. And the 1-2 pitch, swinging and a miss. Healthy cut, but he doesn't catch up to it. And Marcus goes down on strikes.
He was fooled on that one. It usually isn't fooled. He usually, with 2 strikes on, he chokes up and bears down, and he's bailing out on that slurve pitch.
So Vasilenik remains at first base. 1 out now for the designated hitter, Dan Battelle, who is coming in for 2 for 2. Pitch just a little bit outside. Fastball doesn't get the call. 1 ball, no strikes on the designated hitter. Single in the first and singled last time up in the second. It was a single and an error to the left fielder as he went the other way. 1 ball, no strikes. And Battelle reaches out as the runner was moving. This is a slow roller and off the glove. And all hands will be safe for the Barnstormers. As that was a slow chopper the other way. Not an easy play for sure, but Jonah Weisnar will be hit with the error on that one. And beneficiary, Dan Battelle, he'll be safe at first. And Vasilenik moves up to second base. So another rally starting here for the Barnstormers, trying to get a little bit more. Trying to answer that 1-run score on the top of the inning from Welland. 4-2 lead for Chatham-Kent.
See if the Panda gets anything better to hit this time. He's got 3 off-speed pitches last time up to bat, all outside.
First pitch in for a strike. That was a good pitch on the outside part of the plate.
He's thrown him the last 2 times.
Lined out to third his first time up, and Look at the other way, grounded out to first his last time up, so 0-for-2 for Strong. Runners at first and second, one out. And a line drive, but that's well foul. It's just mistimed it a little bit, but another healthy cut. It's pretty much all the time. Whenever he swings the bat, it's a healthy cut.
Yeah, you never see him sort of guess, though, should I swing or not? He either swings or he doesn't. It's not a excuse me swing, for sure.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Gonna protect the plate this time.
Brandon Underhill, pitcher for the Jackfish. Came in back in the first. 0-2 pitches high to Seth Strong. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not getting very far in the game. The starter was Jackman. Only got 2/3 of the way through this ball game, and Underhill has been in since. 1-2 on Seth Strong. Big lead back at second. And the pitch, ground ball to second, could be 2 to second for 1. On to first, and it is a double play as the Panda grounds into a DP. That will end the 4th inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Barnstormers still on top, 4-2 over the Welland Jackfish. You're watching Barnstormer Baseball with Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
We're the most unique looking funeral home in the area. For some people, there's still misconceptions that perhaps we're just cremation, but it's very much the other way. We offer everything.
We do full service for funerals, and it's just not going to cost you as much. We've tried to pare down as much as we can and offer savings to our families so they can celebrate loved ones in the way that they're comfortable with and just do it more economically for them.
Santa Claus got ran over by reindeer.
Here's a favorite. Christmas in July here at the ballpark, Fergie Jenkins Field. Barnstormer Baseball. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers. And it's a good one here so far. 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers. 4 innings complete. Top 5. And Cam O'Reilly back to work. And a strike on the outside part of the plate. 4 innings in for O'Reilly, and he has looked quite comfortable on the mound. He's progressively gotten better as this season's gone along, and he's really on top of his game so far here, Ed.
Yep. He appears to have a different slot for his release point on his pitch, and throwing a lot of strikes.
And on the hands and popped up out of play. Back to the top of the order, Gio Morello, center fielder here for the Welland Jackfish. 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Morello, Porcelato, and Mullen coming up.
Mentioned Coach Rondone and O'Reilly have gotten their heads together since the last time we saw him pitch, and have worked a bit on his release point.
It's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called to the outside corner. Making quick work of Morello, and he's like, no, I don't agree with that. That looked a bit outside. And who's going to win this argument?
The umpire.
That's right.
It was strike 3 because the umpire said so.
Justin Van Oren says, There's no haggling here.
No.
This is not up for debate.
No crying in baseball. No sacrifice bunting in baseball.
Strikeout for Morello. Now Mateo Porcelato, your first baseman for the Jackfish this afternoon, the number 2 hole. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch from O'Reilly fouled off into the hands on Porcelato. No balls and 1 strike.
I haven't sat down and counted the number of left-handed batters. I don't know if it's my imagination or not, but it appears that there's an overabundance of left-handed batters on Hamilton yesterday and Welland today.
All weekend for sure, yeah. Here's the 1 strike pitch, getting the corner on the outside once again, locating his pitches very well overall this afternoon. Cam O'Reilly ahead of another batter, no balls and 2 strikes. Just missing the outside part of the plate. Good pitch there once again from O'Reilly. Just doesn't get the call.
Real good 2-strike pitch. Took a little something off and threw it just a little off the plate. Tried to get him to nibble. And was called the ball. As it was a ball.
Because
the umpire said so.
That's right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch from O'Reilly. And this one skied in the air behind the plate. And this will go not only behind the catcher, but behind us. And somewhere in the park behind us. Today's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You're not following where that staying came from. It was Ernie Harwell, the longtime announcer for the Tigers, used to say that after all the argument of a called 3rd strike, he would say, it must be a strike. The umpire said so, and now on to a commercial.
No debate about it. O'Reilly ready. And a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Looks like he took something off of that one, too.
Yeah. So he's pitching. He is varying his speeds, moving the ball around, and he has certainly more consistent in pitches in the strike zone, and looks like a different pitcher today.
Exactly what his team needs to go deep in this ball game. 2 up, 2 strikeouts from O'Reilly. And catcher Robert Mullen now striding in. Coming in 0 for 2. O'Reilly gets this one high, too high.
Yeah, blew open on that one.
Ball and no strikes on Mullen. Mason Barrett on deck. And now here's a chopper in the middle of the diamond, and now it goes over the head of Vasilenic and into center field for a base hit. Looks like it was a little overly bouncy there. That was a huge bounce.
Rotary Park lip.
It's got its quirks, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's got its field quirks. We've seen that actually now 3 or 4 times this weekend alone.
It hits on just where the grass meets the dirt on the infield. It'll bound. So if you're an infielder, you have to decide you're going to move up and get the ball off the grass, or you're going to lay back. He laid back, and it still went over his head.
So Mullen with a hit, and that extends the inning, and now a great play by the Panda. He reaches down, snags it, and unassisted, Seth Strong ends the inning. Good play down at first base, and that will end the top of the 5th inning. 4.5 complete here at Fergie Jenkins Field. 4-2 lead for Chatham-Kent. You're watching Barnstormers Baseball with Ken and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Inter-County Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Inter-County Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
All right, everybody, it's time for the interview. My name's Liam, and this kid's name is Liam, too.
Hi.
All right, you ready for your interview? So, you enjoy baseball? How long you been playing?
1 year.
That's good, good. So you're, what position do you play?
I play pitching.
That's nice, that's a good position, it's very important.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Liam. It's good to see that there's another Liam out here, and we're going to send it back to the boys in the booth now.
Back to Fergie Jenkins Field, Christmas in July. We have had a Santa sighting. He is now going down the first base line. Oh no, now he's going out of the park.
Santa moves quickly.
And he's got a microphone this afternoon. We're putting him to work or something. So Santa's here. Christmas in July on this 14th of July. Nice sunny, warm afternoon, windy afternoon here at CK. Glad you're with us. It's Mike and Ed. Bottom 5 and a 4-2 lead for Chatham-Kent. And first pitch pumped in for a strike. Suki Fukuda, the cleanup hitter, starts things off for the Barnstormers. It's going to be Fukuda, Haggith, and Pollowick. And look at the movement on that one. Starting out well inside, but catches the plate as it finishes off. No balls and 2 strikes on Fukuda. He's been hit by a pitch, and he had an RBI double last time up in the second inning. 2-strike pitch well outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brandon Underhill. Fourth, pretty good effort here out of the pen.
He really stopped the momentum that the Barnstormers had. Pitched well.
1-2 pitch just inside. Doesn't get the call.
Mixes his pitches well. He has a variety of pitches. Moves the ball around. Spins the ball well.
Stormers catcher evened up in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch right back up the middle and backhanded at second base. Tough play, but made nonetheless. Good job going up the middle and gloving that one. Dawson Tweet fires it across to Forcelato in time. So nice play by Tweet.
Covered a lot of territory. The ball went between the pitcher's legs, and he still got over to his right to get the ball.
So Fukuda retired to kick off this bottom of the 5th. Now Braxton Haggett coming up here for the Barnstormers. Quick visit by the birthday boy, the general manager, Harry Muir, coming up and saying hello. Happy birthday going out to Harry. Hopefully his team able to follow through and give him a nice birthday present for a birthday win, which would make it 4 in a row.
Imagine having your birthday on Christmas Day.
Exactly,
I
yeah.
mean,
He's
double excitement.
He's seen Santa on his birthday? Wow. Now a chopper to second. Free bouncer picked up once again by Tweet. And back-to-back 4-3 putouts. Fukuda and now Braxton Haggith. And that will bring up the second baseman for Chatham-Kent this afternoon, Anthony Pollowick, coming up. Pollowick 1 for 2. RBI single back in the first. Struck out the last time he was up in the third. At the bottom of the 5th here at Fergie Jenkins Field. And movement on that one. Just doesn't catch the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes. As that wind continues to swirl around. Here's the 1-ball pitch up the middle once again, and now booted at shortstop. Picked up by Tweet, but he'll have no play. As that one will be E6. Jonah Weisner. Not really not an easy play by any stretch of the imagination. So that was going to be a tough one for Weisner. And just couldn't hang on to that one as he slaps his glove. Not really happy with himself, but tough play.
Hit.
Oh, that was a base hit. Oh, pardon me. I thought that was maybe going to be.
Just went up.
So one of those Rotary Park nuances
could
again.
Be, yeah.
Apologies to Weisner. No E6. Just
That's been kind to the infielders the last couple of days.
You have to go down to apologize to Weisner. First of all, I gave him an error, but I've also been mispronouncing his name. I think I called him Weisnar. And it's Weisner, so my apologies. Now a base hit to left field as Lee Casera gets his first hit of the afternoon. So a little mini 2-out rally here for the Barnstormers.
As I said, when Butcher was up the last time, he's one of the few guys this year, the only guy I've seen hit the ball off the left field fence on the fly. We actually thought it was over the fence, but there's been nothing hit over the center or left field fence this year.
Two on, two out. Jalen Butcher now up for the Barnstormers. 4-2 lead for Chatham-Kent, looking to add on here, bottom 5. And in the dirt, outside, ball 1. To Michelle this afternoon, Petersfield, Manitoba. Wonder if we can get somebody watching in every province and territory this afternoon. That's
we could try.
I'll ask, but where are you watching from this afternoon? Let us know. Love to know. And this one catches the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch. And Butcher takes strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's fed him a steady diet of inside pitches. His appearances against him.
Underhill looks back at second. Now the pitch and a little twibbler up the line foul. I just made up a word. Twibbler.
Just can't spell it, right?
Yeah.
Phonetically speaking.
2 B's. Twibbler. Let's see if the Oxford Dictionary will accept that one. Probably not. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jalen Butcher. 2 on, 2 out for the Barnstormers. And the pitch trails low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the third baseman this afternoon for CK. Torn Vasilenic on deck, and he's had a good day at the plate. 2 for 2, looking to get a chance here in the bottom of the 5th. It's a 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, taking something off and fooling the timing of Butcher. He strikes out, and the rally is done for the Barnstormers. 2 left on after a couple of singles, and we're done 5 innings here at Fergie Jenkins Field. 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers over the Jackfish. Back in a moment with Canada Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Every family, every asset, every business we insure is a chapter in our story. We listen with open hearts, understanding that behind every insurance policy is a unique narrative. It's not just about numbers, it's about your dreams, your aspirations, your life. We take over your risks so you can live life to the fullest. Because we're not just some insurance people behind a desk, we are part of a community that has your back.
Through 5 innings here at Fergie Jenkins Field, Barnstormer baseball. It's Chatham-Kent up 4-2 on the Welland Jackfish. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers and the rest of the crew here. Wes and Brad McDonald, your producers. Dan Dominguez, our statistician. And Cam O'Reilly doing a great job on the mound this afternoon for the Barnstormers. First pitch swinging, a foul off Jake Sanford. That's pitch number 66 of the afternoon for O'Reilly. 2 runs, only 1 earned, 4 hits given up, couple of strikeouts. You'll take those numbers all the time.
Yeah, he's been consistently around the plate, and he's been consistent with his delivery and his release. Made a big difference.
It's just a bit inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cam O'Reilly getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on, and certainly a great performance here. Into the top of the 6th inning. 4-2 Barnstormers. Stanford, Yupi, and Wisner. And now a foul back towards us. O'Reilly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Up next for the Barnstormers, remaining at home Tuesday night, London Majors in town. Always a good time and a good budding rivalry between the two cities, an hour apart. O'Reilly ready. And the 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think about 1 hour will get you from Chatham to Labatt Park. Made that trip a few times myself.
There's the 2-2 in the dirt. So the oldest ballpark in all of Canada, right?
Yeah, they claim the world.
The world,
yeah.
right?
You go to Labatt Park, it's posted.
3 balls and 2 strikes, full count. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Nice pitch by Cam O'Reilly.
Yeah, at the ballpark, they make the statement it's the oldest ballpark in the world where baseball has continuously been played since such and such a date.
Okay.
Someone may support that, but I know that's posted at the ballpark.
Stormers have been up there a couple of times, I believe, this season already. No, they've been there once. I think it's been twice. As they pay, I believe, their 3rd visit to Fergie Field on Tuesday night. 7:30 is the opening pitch. Love to see you on down here. Cam O'Reilly on the mound. Brandon Hupy, number 6 hitter in the lineup for the Jackfish. 0 for 1 with a walk as he skies this one left-hand side. Long run for Haggith. And that one will fall well foul.
That's our hidden corner for us.
That's right.
The ball just keeps going, and we keep looking and looking, and it keeps drifting, and it still was in play when it hit down. There's a lot more room in left field than right.
And I'd say a moderate wind this afternoon.
Yeah.
I know you can hear it in our headsets. We're almost in a strange wind tunnel where we are up here. What it might sound like and what it feels like up here, I don't think is what it is on the field. But a nice afternoon here in CK. I don't know if that's the case in the rest of the IBL region east of us. I think at least 1 rainout so far. We'll have to get an update on the out of town. 4 games on the schedule for today. Swing and a miss. Off speed pitch by O'Reilly. And he's ahead of the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I believe the game in Hamilton has been officially postponed due to rain. Maybe some confirmation on that, but games in Kitchener and Toronto affected by some inclement weather too, I do believe. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cam O'Reilly make it 4 on the afternoon, and he just keeps getting stronger. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like he's getting stronger as this game goes on.
Slinging the ball and releasing the ball from the same arm slot each time, and he seems to be gaining confidence in his pitches, and it's all worked out well for him so far.
It's a 2 up, 2 down here, top of the 6th. And now a bunt is laid down. It's a good one, and this is going to be an infield hit. Jonah Wisner laying down a hit, trying to get an infield hit, and that's exactly what happened. Placed it perfectly.
It was a good bunt. And O'Reilly took his eyes off just as he was about to catch the ball. I'm not sure he would have gotten him. Really good bunt.
So now 2 for 3 for Jonah Wisner this afternoon. An RBI single back in the 4th. He keeps this inning going here, the top of the 6th. 1 on and 2 out. Dawson Tweet, your second baseman for Welland. It's just misses the outside corner. Called just a little bit low, I guess, from Justin Van Horn. 1 ball and no strikes. 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers. 1-0 pitch. Again, just a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts to start this inning. Now a bunt single from Weisner. Dawson Tweet at the plate. Here's the 2-0, and this one again doesn't drop enough. High, 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0. This goes in the dirt, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Tweet. So after 2 strikeouts to start the inning, bunt single and now a walk. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Ethan Hunt, and Gil Rondone's going to head out and have a chat with O'Reilly. To calm him down a little bit, but love to certainly get him through the 6th inning. Still have the lead. It's been a good afternoon, overall very good afternoon for Cam O'Reilly. I think if you said before the game you'd have 6 complete innings and you'd only give up a couple runs, you'd have the lead, I think you would be very
80.
Very impressed. So overall it's been a good afternoon.
Really good. He's not 80 pitches. Not that that means a whole lot in my mind, but he hasn't pitched a whole lot recently. You wonder if he's starting to tire a bit, but he's pitched well to this point.
Trying to maybe get an extra set of eyes in the bullpen. Looks like there's some activity going on.
Yep.
And
a lefty. Could be Kenny Williams, would be my guess, if I haven't seen him in a while.
Here's a ground ball to short, picked up Vasilenic, throw to first, in time to retire the side and leave a couple on to the Jackfish. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Barnstormers still enjoy a 4-2 lead on the Welland Jackfish. You're watching Barnstormer Baseball with Canada Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
Back to Fergie Jenkins Field on this nice Sunday afternoon here in Chatham-Kent. 4-2 lead for the Barnstormers through 5.5. And here's a fly ball from Torin Vasilenic, not deep, to left field. Now the wind playing a little bit of tricks with that baseball, swirling around out there, but hauled in for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Torrin Vasilenic, a couple of singles, but he flies out there, so 2 for 3. And back to the top of the order we go. Spencer Marcus, your right fielder, comes to the plate. We have to get acclimated to longer baseball games today after 2 games, a doubleheader that both went 7 innings yesterday. So.
That's right.
And there's a first pitch chopper, left-hand side. Third baseman doesn't get it, but a nice play by the shortstop. And out at first base is the call. And we'll have to get a look at that one. Spencer Marcus doing what he could to beat that one out. But not a lot of protest from Marcus. That was very close, but yeah, about a half step, I guess, as we take a look at it. So good call at first.
Had the pleasure of meeting Spencer last night for the first time with his parents after the game. Had an enjoyable conversation.
And where was that? That was at Mike's Place. Mike's Place, Queen Street in Chatham.
4 o'clock on Sundays.
Which is soon.
Yeah.
Which is soon. Thanks to Mike's Place for being a big supporter of the team. You can watch the home games over at Mike's Place for the most part. Guess when they're open. When they're not open, don't go there to expect the game, I guess. But great place to be, Mike's Place, Queen Street in Chatham. And then you go to the Pro Shop on St. Clair Street and see Piero Lucio and everybody else over there on St. Clair. Chatham Pro Shop, 2 big supporters of the Barnstormers, 2 of many. Now here's a ground ball. Battelle bobbled at second base, and the throw gets offline, pulls the first baseman off. And that is going to be a chance for Dan Battelle to get on base. Fielded by Tweet. Not terribly cleanly, but he pulled Porcelato off the bag.
He bobbled the ground ball, and then he threw wide to first.
Error on the second baseman, E4. So Battelle will take it. That will extend the inning.
See if the Panda can take advantage of this miscue.
Playing with fire, I guess, to give Seth Strong extra opportunities. Here's a pitch that is outside for ball 1.
Not giving him anything on the inside part of the plate. He hasn't since he took over from the pitching, and he's done a really good job of painting the outside corner.
1-0 on Seth Strong. This pitch, again, outside 2-0. Not that Seth Strong isn't really good on his own, but it also helps when you have Fukuda as your cleanup hitter right behind.
Yep. That's the purpose for putting him there. You have to have a strong hitter behind your best hitter.
2-0 on Seth Strong. This one swing and a miss. Changeup would appear to take a little bit off there. And Strong mistimes that one a little bit. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dan Battelle on first base. He is the beneficiary of an error. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Barnstormers still up 4-2. Here's the 2-1 to Strong. This one just catches the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes for the first baseman this afternoon for the Barnstormers. We've seen him kind of equal time on either corner of the infield this weekend. Some time at third, and some time at first. That's where he is this afternoon. Count even up. Here's the 2-2 pitch, well outside. Count filled up, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Seth Strong. He's 0 for 3. Last time he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. And a couple of ground outs, or actually a line out and a ground out. So 0 for 3. Trying to get something going on the box score today right here. Here's a 3-2 pitch. This one center right field. Way back and gone. 2-run home run, Seth Strong. It's a 6-2 lead for CK.
Only pitch he threw inside the whole day. We faced him. He hung one up inside and paid.
Very little doubt off the crack of the bat. His favorite target, the field house. in right field.
You know, I was wondering if the wind would affect the ball going out to right field, and it didn't affect that ball. It was hit on the line.
So that's number 13 on the season for Seth.
How many RBIs would that be for Seth?
Check on that one.
Sit here.
Now here's Fukuda going left field. He will pull this towards the line. And a big turn at first from Fukuda, so he follows up the long home run from Strong with a single. So the meat of the order here for the Barnstormers.
34.
Getting some going here. 34 RBIs?
Yeah.
Okay, 34 RBIs. A league-leading 13 home runs now for Seth Strong, and the record, apparently, according to Statsman Dan Dominguez, 19. So here we are just past the halfway mark.
Yeah. It's not a good first half. No one would argue that.
Absolutely not. One of the all-stars, certainly for the Barnstormers. So, Fukuda.
Dan. Umpires.
Fukuda single to left. Still 2 out. So all of this happened with 2 out, and it was the error at second base that opened the door here for the Barnstormers. So I guess everything unearned in this inning. And they're looking for more. And now a bouncer. This is a high bouncer past first base into right field. A base hit on his horses and all the way to third. A great jump from Fukuda. He finds himself at third base. And Braxton Haggith keeps this inning going.
We'll call that the rotary hop. I guess we're.
How many Rotary Park isms have we seen this weekend alone?
Yeah, three or four. Big bounces. That ball was over his head right off the get-go. It just took 2 bounces and it was gone.
So an infield error allowed Patel to reach and extend the inning for Seth Strong. Strong took advantage. A 2-run home run, and now back-to-back singles from Fukuda and Haggith. Here's Anthony Polowick. He takes the first pitch just outside. Ball 1 and no strikes. Pitch number 83. And the second pitcher of the afternoon here for the Welland Jackfish. Again, Brandon Underhill. He's been in since late of the first inning. And now a chopper foul by Anthony Polowick, right-hand side. Starter Jackman only getting a couple of outs, 2/3 into the game. Just didn't have it. And Brandon Underhill came in, and he's been eating up a lot of innings out of the pen. So for the Jackfish, that's been welcome. And here he's been roughed up a little bit by CK in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 more runs in. And a 6-2 lead for the Barnstormers. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 here in the 6th. Single runs for the Jackfish in the 2nd and the 4th. 2-1 is the count on Polowick. Here's the pitch. This one in the hole into right field. That's a base hit. Fukuda scores. Here's a run to third. And does he get in? Yes, he does. He's safe.
Good slide.
Oh, looked like he might have been DOA, but he gets in there under the tag.
He went around the bag and got the bag with his hand, and the third baseman was on the other side.
So good job by Braxton Haggith.
Yeah, that was a really good slide.
And the hit parade continues here. Anthony Polowick. And this is going to precipitate a pitching change here for the Jackfish. 3 runs across in this bottom of the 6th inning here for Chatham-Kent. 7-2 lead on the Welland Jackfish. So when the first 2 outs of the inning pretty quick, then you had that error off the bat of Patel in the infield. That starts off the firestorm here offensively for CK. The Seth Strong 2-run home run. And single. Fukuda, Haggith, Polowick. That's added on another run here. So 3 in the inning, 7-2 lead for the Barnstormers. And that will be the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon now for the Welland Jackfish as Gillespie comes in. Scott Gillespie, this will be his 10th appearance on the season, as he will now relieve Brandon Underhill, who put in a lot of work here this afternoon, coming in late in the first. And he'll exit late in the sixth. So 5 innings in relief for Underhill. And really, up until this inning, up until that error was happening, and all these runs are unearned. So I mean, the numbers for the relievers are going to be fine.
Yep, and he lost that one pitch up to Strong. He got it up and in, and that's all that he needed, and he drove it out of here. So a lot of things have happened since the error. I was also fascinated by the slide at third base that Haggith just made. I think that's a derivation of what we talked about last night, that new swim slide where you go past the bag and then you reach back for the bag because the third baseman was on the other side of the bag and he couldn't get to the runner.
It sounds like you have to be really agile. I just pulled a hamstring listening to you describe that.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to break it down in my little mind, but it's a different way they are sliding now. And that was very effective.
So Gillespie will be the third pitcher of the afternoon for the Welland Jackfish. 7-2 lead here for the Barnstormers, 3 across. And Gillespie comes in 10th appearance on the afternoon. 5.4 ERA for Gillespie. Still looking for his first win or loss. He's 0-0. But in 11 2/3 innings of work, he struck out 13. So he's good with the punch-out this season. Trying to stop the bleeding here for his Jackfish. And this is Lee Kucera now up for the Barnstormers. Runners at first and third. Still 2 outs. There's been 2 outs here for what seems like an hour.
But over the last couple of days, some long innings. Third inning last night seemed to stick in my mind.
Yep, that was a long inning. Here's the 0-1 to Kucera, line into left field. It's foul by about 3 feet or so. Sounded good off the bat. And he got ahead of that pitch a little bit and allowed foul. So no balls and 2 strikes on Lee Kucera. First and third, 2 outs, 7-2 Barnstormers, and crowd livening up here at Fergie Jenkins Field. Not that you really need to liven up the crowd here, no matter how the game is.
No. Very positive crowd.
Been an amazing first year of Barnstormer baseball. Here's the 0-2, and this one popped up foul behind us and out of play. Kucera, the 8th batter of this inning for the Barnstormers. And again, first 2 batters were out. Vasilenic and Marcus retired. But since, the Barnstormers have scored 3, 2 on base right now. Kucera at the plate. And an 0-2 pitch is outside, but I think he waved. Oh, he didn't wave at it. This is why we don't have a good angle, and we shouldn't make the call up here.
First base umpire should make that call.
That's right. That's why everyone's doing their job. We're calling it. Umpires are umpiring it. So he did not swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Lee Kucera. And here's the 1-2 pitch. This is outside by a little bit.
See if the home plate umpire turned to look to us for help, and we just pointed the first base umpire.
That's right.
Yeah, defer.
You call it. You call it. No, you call it. Yeah. 2-2 the count. Gillespie on the mound for the Jackfish. Kucera for the Barnstormers, the plate. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a sky high in the air. And this will go again out of play. And the at-bat will continue. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Gillespie ready. And the 2-2 pitch once again, lined up the middle to center, and nice pick off the turf there. That looked like an adventure at center field, but staying with it was Gio Morello. He makes the catch and ends the inning. But a good one for Chatham-Kent. 3 runs across, and through 6 innings, it's the Barnstormers 7 and the Jackfish 2. Back in a moment, you're watching Barnstormers Baseball with Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider. Back here at Fergie Jenkins Field, top of the 7th inning. Mike Renier along with Ed Myers and the rest of the amazing crew here. Wes and Brad McDonald, Dan Dominguez, and all the great camera people all around Fergie Jenkins Field bringing you this from Sunday afternoon. And a swing and a miss. Cam O'Reilly still going here for the Barnstormers. Top of the 7th inning. And I dare say this is his best performance all year, Ed.
Oh, by far. I'd say he's found a degree of consistency in his delivery and consequently is throwing far more strikes. He has 81 pitches and is in command to this point.
Back to the top of the order, Morello, Porcelato, and Mullen, 1-2-3 hitters for the Jackfish. And this one in the dirt. No swing. It's Katrina Cadot down at third base this afternoon. Steve Cochran down the other line. And Justin Van Horn calling balls and strikes this afternoon. 2 balls and 1 strike from O'Reilly. And pumps this one in for a strike. Still has the control, the command. And it appears to have the velocity still in his 7th inning of work.
Here's a Kenny Williams is going in the bullpen. If he's number 12, I think he is.
Here's the 2-2 pitch just outside. And Morello, I think, initially wanted to swing at that one, but he holds off. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kenny is number 12.
That's him then warming up.
Here's the 3-2 pitch in the dirt. That's ball 4, the leadoff walk to Gio Morello. And you wonder now, based on that, does O'Reilly have a short leash from his manager, Norman?
You want him, if and when he does leave, to leave on a positive note. You don't want him to get into a situation where he's in trouble. So he's got to weigh that, I would think.
Does have a 5-run cushion, 7-2 Barnstormers, 6 innings complete, top 7 here, and a nice overcast afternoon. Here's Mateo Porcelato, and he skies this one to deep right field.
Gone.
Way back and gone. No doubt about it. Porcelato with a home run. And that will bring the Jackfish a bit closer. A 2-run bomb to right. And it's a 7-4 ball game. 2-run home run for Mateo Porcelato. Cashing in Morello ahead of him. And still nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 7-4 lead now for the Barnstormers, and it doesn't get any easier in this Welland Jackfish lineup. As now coming up the 3rd in the batting order, Robert Mullen. Grayson Barrett, the cleanup hitter, right behind him. So now perhaps Kenny Williams getting ready with a little bit more fervor in the bullpen for Chatham-Kent. 7-4, top of the 7th. And this one close, but no cigar. Ball 1 to Robert Mullen, catcher for the Jackfish. One of many guys on this field for both teams going to the All-Star game in Welland next Saturday. In 6 days, it's the All-Star game for the IBL, Welland Stadium. And Mullen ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. This one rides high again. So again, the fatigue factor might be settling in here for O'Reilly.
If he loses this batter, I would say this will be his last batter. It's pointing that way.
You've been right for a lot of predictions this season, so.
Wow.
Here's the 3-0 pitch, and this one is outside, a 4-pitch walk to Robert Mullen. So this has been a bit of a chore here in the top of the 7th for Cam O'Reilly. Following 6 really good innings on the mound. Big start this afternoon for the Barnstormers, and I think this prediction's coming true here for Ed Myers, I do believe. Catcher Fakuta's going out, and it looks like manager Norman is coming out of the dugout now. Taking his usual deliberate time. He's got nowhere to be. This is where he is going to be today. And he's taking that slow walk maybe to give Williams a couple of extra throws here as he comes out. And he will relieve Cam O'Reilly, who should get a very good ovation as he comes off the mound here and back into the Barnstormers dugout, because he has had a great performance on the mound for Chatham-Kent this afternoon. 6+ innings. Here he comes, and right on cue, a great ovation from the fans here at Fergie Jenkins Field. And he gets some handshakes, and here come his teammates coming out of the dugout to show their appreciation. What a good job. 6+ innings here for Cam O'Reilly. And he leaves with a 7-4 lead.
Gave up only 6 hits. We about hit them 13-6 in this ball game. The run differential doesn't reflect that, but
he leaves with the lead. The runner at first is his responsibility. Robert Mullen off the 4-pitch walk. And now we see Kenny Williams, who's proven to be effective in the bullpen. Get the last numbers here from Cam O'Reilly from Statsman Dan. He is 6 innings. He did walk 6 batters. Gave up a home run, so only 3 earned runs this afternoon. He leaves with a 7-4 lead. It was a good performance this afternoon here for Cam O'Reilly. 92 pitches, so he put in a full day's work. But really, for 6 innings, 6+ innings, 92 pitches, not bad. Quite economical in a lot of those innings. And now turning things over to Kenny Williams, who is a great ball player, but a great guy off the field, too.
Yeah, he's quite the guy. He's had an interesting life in baseball. So if you had a chance to talk to him, you need to sit down and talk to him for a few minutes. He very interesting. He's an American citizen from Washington State. He's played virtually everywhere and can carry on quite a conversation.
This will be game number 12 of the season for Williams, thumping in a first pitch strike. Grayson Barrett, the right fielder for the Jackfish, in the cleanup hole this afternoon. He's got 1 on, and still nobody out. A swing and a miss. Good start here for Kenny Williams.
Kenny had a slow start. He was 1-3. He's pitched 37 innings. He's an ERA of 5.59.
0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. He strikes him out on 3 pitches. Welcome to the game, Kenny Williams, as he makes quick work of Grayson Barrett as he strikes him out. And well-timed right there, giving up a 2-run home run earlier in this inning. Did Cam O'Reilly, and then walking Robert Mullen, so that was going to be curtains for him. And Kenny Williams comes in, striking out Grayson Barrett on 3 pitches. His 4th pitch, strike. He's 4 for 4 on strikes this afternoon. Robert Mullen at first, 1 out. 2 already in, and the 2-run home run from Porcelano. And this one rides high at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Sanford, he has got a couple of hits this afternoon. A double infield hit, and he struck out his last time up. This one rides a little bit inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sanford, your designated hitter this afternoon. The slider slides outside a bit too far, so now 3 balls and 1 strike.
One of the unique features of Kenny Williams is his mother is Japanese, and so part of the time he interprets for Fukuda, who is Japanese.
There's a pitch sky to the right-hand side. Seth Strong going over, trying to see if he's got room, but he does not as it falls maybe 2 feet beyond the fence, out of Seth Strong's reach, so that will fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jake Sanford. 2 for 3 this afternoon. Here's the pitch from Williams. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts from Kenny Williams, battling back from a 3-1 count. And he strikes out Sanford, who goes down on K's for the 2nd time this afternoon. So 2 for 4 for him so far.
Referring back to what I was talking about when Fukuda first arrived here, the umpire or the manager wanted to talk to the pitcher. Williams had to go out to the mound with Fukuda to interpret.
Talented fella. And he pumps another one in for a strike. Strike 1. 2 out, top of the 7th. 2 runs in for the Jackfish. They trail Chatham-Kent 7-4. Beautiful day for baseball. Strike one, pitch is up the middle. Multi-bouncer, and Vasilenic couldn't field that one cleanly as it bounces past him into shallow center field. Tough play, and that might be the 6.
It is.
Okay. So Vasilenic charged with an error. Not an easy play, but he was certainly in the area.
Yep.
So now 2 Jackfish on the base paths, and don't look now, but here's the tying run coming to the plate. It's Jonah Weisner, shortstop for Welland this afternoon. 2 runs in on the 2-run home run for Porcelano. 2 men on now, and 2 out. Pitch from Williams. Strike one as slider settles in to the outside part of the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one pumped in once again. Good movement on the pitches here from Kenny Williams. And nicely ahead of another hitter. No balls and 2 strikes on Weisner. He's ready. Here's the 0-2, and this one in the dirt. No swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. "13 hits for the Barnstormers this afternoon, 6 hits for the Jackfish. Each team committing 3 errors, so not a great day in the field for either team. Pitch is sent right back up the middle. Tough play, and nice scoop to second. Great play, and a force out at second. A 4-6 will retire the side. Nice job to get over there from Polowick. He shovels it to Vasilenic, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's a 7-4 lead for the Barnstormers over the Jackfish, alongside our good friends at Canada Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm here talking to Crew. It's nice to meet you, Crew.
You too.
All right, so I see you got your Blue Jays shirt on. Is that your favorite team?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. What's your favorite? Who's your favorite player?
Boba Fett.
Nice, nice. And do you have a favorite player from the Chatham Barnstormers as well?
Yeah. My favorite is Steph Strong.
Of course, we're hearing that name a lot. All right, well, thank you very much, and we're sending it back to the boys in the booth.
For the 7th inning stretch, we go to the bottom half of the 7th here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's a 7-4 lead for the Barnstormers. Mike Grenier along with Ed Myers and the rest of the crew here. It's been a lot of baseball this weekend, certainly at Fergie Jenkins Field. And now Barnstormers trying to get a couple of runs back that they gave up at the top of the 7th inning. Jalen Butcher, Torrin Vasilenic, and Spencer Marcus due up here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-4 lead. Pitch does catch the outside part of the plate. And Butcher now behind, no balls and 2 strikes. He struck out a couple of times, grounded out to second. So an 0 for 3 line score so far for Butcher, who wants to starting things off. Maybe start off a rally here, bottom 7. A swing and a miss, so a 3-pitch strikeout for Butcher. He's now struck out 3 times overall this afternoon. Torin Vasilenic is now up. Number 9 hitter, shortstop for the Barnstormers.
That'll be tough one. I'm sorry, you go, Mike.
Gillespie back out for some work for the Welland Jackfish.
Yeah, I was going to say about Butcher, hasn't played much in the last couple of weeks. Got to be tough to jump back in there and get into the groove.
Vasilenic with a couple of hits this afternoon takes one well inside. Just narrowly misses him. 2 singles for Vasilenic. Last time up, he flew out to left field. So 2 for 3 officially for the shortstop for the Barnstormers. Pitch from Gillespie blows it right past Vasilenic. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chatham-Kent trying to get their win streak to 4 if they're able to hang on here this afternoon, and they'll then move on to take on London right here at this field on Tuesday night as they remain home. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. One again blown past Gillespie. Or sorry, past Vasilenic from Gillespie.
Vasilenic's got to take his time here and wait for the pitch. Maybe go the other way.
Gillespie gets a sign from his catcher Mullen. 1-2 pitch is skied high in the air, foul. As he will remain going on here at the batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back to the top of the order after Spencer Marcus on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Vasilenic goes down on strikes for the first time this afternoon. 2 for 4 afternoon now. The back-to-back case for Gillespie on the mound here for the Jackfish in this bottom of the 7th. Top of the order, here's Spencer Marcus. He's looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Strike 1 from Gillespie. Marcus walked to begin the ball game, the bottom of the 1st. And since he struck out, he's grounded out a couple of times. And he gives this one a ride to left field. Big hit for Marcus. Deep left field. And that is off the warning track and off the wall. It's an extra base hit for Marcus. He will stop at second. A stand-up double for Spencer Marcus. Yeah, he hit that one a long way. Thought it would be too good to be true to have it go as so far as over the fence. We haven't seen a left field home run yet this year.
That's about as well hit a ball that's been well hit, and it's not getting out. So
no, well, he tried his best, but that was a double for Spencer Marcus. Another 2-out base runner for the Barnstormers keeps this inning going for Dan Battelle. First pitch inside and low for ball 1. Was this scenario last inning in the 6th where it was the first 2 were out? And then Battelle, he reached on an error. And then the floodgates open and the Barnstormers scored 3 runs. So see if history kind of repeats itself for Dan Battelle and the Barnstormers. Bottom 7. Swan inside and low once again. 2 balls and no strikes.
For the Barnstormer fans who are trying to keep track of who the local guys are, don't forget Spencer Marcus, born and raised in Chatham, graduated from high school in Chatham. Parents still live here. Comes to us from University of Buffalo.
Very big part of this team this year. Here's the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Mighty swing there from Marcus, or from Battelle, pardon me. Marcus at second base. Dan Battelle, the designated hitter.
402.
I mean, Mike's place is open. It's just past 4 p.m. Not sure what you're insinuating. Well, yes, I am. I know what you mean. Fouled off of the plate from Battelle. Again, hi to the folks in Mike's place. Now officially watching us at the restaurant. Thanks for having us on Queen Street in Chatham. One of the many, many proud supporters and community partners of the Barnstormers in year number 1 in the IBL. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the designated hitter Patel. He is 2 for 4. And the 2-2 pitch in the hole through the right. That is in the right field for a base hit. And now thinking about coming around, but maybe thinking better of it. Well, third base coach puts the stop sign. And now we'll have first and third with 2 out.
It's quite a cannon in right field. He's made 3 throws today, and no one's challenging him. I see why.
Is that Don Menard, I think, at third base? And,
yep.
He said, no, you know what? You might be eager to score, but don't.
A little bit of education is wise. I think he realizes who's in right field with quite a throwing arm.
So now, 2 on, 2 out. Seth Strong comes up. Last time, a 2-run bomb to right field, a home run, 13th of the year for Strong. And again, he's got an RBI chance here. Runners at the corners and 2 down.
So we'll walk him.
Intentional walk. Oh, fans don't like that too much. Probably a pretty good strategy if you're Welland. But the hometown people not happy with Steph taking the bat out of his hands. Now you got the bases loaded full of Barnstormers. All again happening with 2 outs. First 2 struck out in Butcher and Vasilenek, but then a Marcus double, Patel single, and they walk Strong. And we'll see if this is a pitching change or just an all-encompassing conversation here. Masuki Fukuda due up for the Barnstormers in the cleanup hole. Manager Brian Essery of the visitors from Welland. Patrick Casey and the rest of the coaching staff. And this will be a pitching change. Going to the bullpen as Gillespie will head back to the dugout. And the 4th pitcher of the afternoon coming up here for the Welland Jackfish. Makes it interesting, though. First couple of batters get out this inning and then the last inning, and we know what happened last inning.
We've developed a bit of a pattern there. See if it can duplicate itself. Interesting strategy here with men on first and third and 2 out. To walk Strong, to load the bases, to pitch to the cleanup hitter. And we've talked about that earlier. The reason that Fukuda is behind Strong is to make teams pitch to Strong, because if they don't, you're going to have to face Fukuda, who's hit very, very well the last 2 weeks.
Mike Mueller is coming into the game for the Welland Jackfish. He'll be the 4th hurler for Welland this afternoon. This will be his 9th appearance on the season. Only used for a short time each time. He's got 8 1/3 innings so far. Can't beat that ERA, though. Like, you literally can't beat that ERA, 0.00.
Not bad.
It's not bad at all.
He and Vasilenek are tied.
That's right. Only 5 hits given up in those 8 1/3. How about this ratio? 15 strikeouts to 2 walks. The most impressive part, the 15 strikeouts in 8 1/3.
Yeah, he obviously is their closer.
Well, now you say closer, but it's Mendez who has 7 saves on the year.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mueller does have 1 save.
Well, he's setting up then for the end of the game.
So obviously that's the Mueller-Mendez 8-9 combo.
Yeah.
Certainly a different situation here with the Jackfish down by 3. Barnstormers up 7-4.
Be an interesting challenge here. We'll see how Fukuda can do. Gets a premier pitcher.
Bases loaded, full of Barnstormers, 2 outs. A Marcus double, Patel single, and a walk to Strong. Fukuda, first pitch strike from Mueller. 7-4 lead for the Barnstormers. They'd love to tax them on here just a little bit. This one trailing just outside a little bit. Smullen trying to bring that back in the strike zone after the fact. Van Horn wouldn't have any of that. 1 ball, 1 strike on Masuki Fukuda. He's been on base 3 times this afternoon, and he swings at this one and fouls it off. Right-hand side, well out of play. Fukuda with an RBI double. He's singled. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded out. So another good day at the plate for Fukuda. And we know how physically beat up he was yesterday.
Yeah. Hate to crawl out of bed this morning after his day yesterday.
Some icy hot earlier on.
Oh, boy.
1-2 on Fukuda. And this one sent the other way once again. Well foul. Ball and 2 strikes on the Barnstormers catcher. 7-4 lead for CK. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Good movement just outside. Fukuda stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Out of town, rain delay over in Toronto. Brantford and Toronto looks like they're getting going here. Barrie and Kitchener, same thing. So weather delaying things a little bit around the IBL. 2-2 pitch to third. Left field. A base hit for Fukuda. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And to third, here comes Seth Strong. He's safe at third. 2 runs in. It's 9-4 CK.
The batting order spoke for itself there with Fukuda backing up Strong. The strategy obviously worked in the Barnstormers' favor. I was looking at Strong, he wanted the throw to go behind him to second base, and as soon as we saw the ball going to second, he went to third. Interesting strategy on his part.
2-run single for Fukuda.
So that's Fukuda's 3 for 4.
He
3
is,
for 4 with a.
So hit by pitch.
Oh, he hit that a pitch.
Yeah, hit by pitch.
3 hits.
Double, single, single. Yeah,
Yep.
3 hits, and he's only got 1 out on his bat this afternoon. And here's a line drive, base hit to right field from Braxton Haggett. Seth Strong comes in to score. And Fukuda boots it all the way to third base, and he got a wide turn at third, but again, puts the brakes on. Don Menard said, just simmer down a little bit. Again, 2-out magic in back-to-back innings for the Barnstormers. A 10-4 lead for CK.
17 hits. That's impressive. And this is one of their big 2 relief pitchers.
So again, first 2 batters striking out this inning. Double, single, intentional walk, single, single. And now a throw down to third, trying to get Fukuda. And Dave, as the third baseman grabbed the throw and applied the tag, he thought he got him. That was
Tried to sell it, yeah. Started sprinting to the dugout.
Ethan Hunt was pretty sure, but
good move.
Umpire says nope. No balls and 1 strike. There's a swing and a miss from Anthony Hollowick. 8th batter of this inning. 8 batters last inning. 3 runs last inning, 3 runs this inning. 10-4 lead for Chatham-Kent. Here's the 0-2, and this one get the other way, left center field, but getting over there and making the catch is the left fielder, Hupy. The Stormers tack on 3 more. 7 innings complete, 10-4, Chatham-Kent over Welland. Back in a moment. Barnstormers baseball with Kent and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Whether you're commercial, industrial, or residential, Enyo Pest Advisors are here with passion and integrity to help. Call us for a no-obligation quote today, 226-627-4944. Enyo, bigger than bugs.
People maybe have heard of or they've seen it in a movie where the funeral, the gathering is right at the home. It's on the farm, it's in the backyard or something. And so some people would be hesitant to ask, maybe think that you're not allowed or there's laws involved. Of course you could do this at home, and we can help you do it.
Another great game here at Fergie Jenkins Field this afternoon. Glad to have you here on this Sunday afternoon. Barnstormers up 10-4 on the first place Welland Jackfish. Exploding for 3 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 7th, and a 6-run lead they enjoy now. We go to the top of the 8th. Kenny Williams still on the mound for the Barnstormers. Bumps in a first pitch strike on Dawson Tweet. 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Tweet, Hunt, and Morello. Strike 1 pitch, bounced on the ground to second. And that's going to be an out. Pollowick over to first and strong. And a quick first out here in this top of the 8th inning. So again, you've got a little bit of breathing room now. 6-run lead, so I think Kenny Williams can just...
Kenny throws like a pitching machine. He just slings the ball in there and he throws strikes. And we did not get a rotary bounce to second base at that time. That was timely.
Not over yet, so we might get a few more before the afternoon's done. As he pumps in another first pitch strike on Ethan Hunt. Third baseman this afternoon for the Jackfish. He's got 3 ground outs, 0 for 3. And this one, well in the air to left. This is going to be a tough one. Haggith over, and he looks up. And it's gone.
First one?
First left field home run we have seen at Fergie Field all year. As Ethan Hunt gets a hold of one, and he leaves the yard in left field. So mark this one down on 14th of July. First left field home run we have seen all year, and that belongs to Ethan Hunt. Getting one back of the Jackfish, 10-5, the Chatham-Kent lead now. There's a see it until I believe it thing with some deep left field balls. You think, oh, you can't hit it out to left field, but Ethan Hunt did.
No, he got all of it. And as we've said many, many times, the configuration of this park takes some getting used to. And it seems to be open. It opens from right to left. When you get to the left field line and the left field corner, there's a lot of room out there. The angle of the fence from the foul pole to the scoreboard is completely different than the right side.
Sure is. Now squaring to bunts, not catching up to that one. It's Gio Morello, the center fielder this afternoon for the Jackfish. No balls and 2 strikes. So home run to left for Ethan Hunt. 10-5 lead now for Chatham-Kent. And now a ground ball. This is a multi-bouncer to second. Pollowick to strong. 2 out, top of the 8th inning. Good recovery here for Kenny Williams. I don't think you matter the situation. He just looks so relaxed on the mound.
He does. He's very experienced. He's played, as I said earlier, in many countries. He played in Ottawa last year and has played in Australia, of course, in the Western United States. And he likes Chatham-Kent, loves Chatham-Kent.
Love to have him here.
Yeah.
Great character on and off the field. He knows how many languages? 3?
3. Yeah, he told us that night. Spanish, Japanese, and English.
1 strike on Mateo Porcelato. He had a 2-run home run last time up, back in the 7th. And this one trails just a bit outside, doesn't get the call. 1 ball and 1 strike. Porcelato, home run, and he struck out. Officially 1 for 4 this afternoon. This one is a fly ball to left center field. That's going to split the outfielders and fall in. That's going to be an extra base, at least a double for Porcelato. He'll pull up, and a stand-up double going the other way for Porcelato. A 2-run home run and a double. Good afternoon after starting off the game 0 for 3. He's 2 for 5 in the game. And doesn't get any easier as Robert Mullen strides up to the plate now for Welland. Into Power Alley for the Jackfish. Mullen, Barrett, Stanford, your 3, 4, 5 hitters now into that territory for Welland. Top of the 8th, 2 out. 10-5 Chatham-Kent. Pitch from Williams, jamming him, popping it up left-hand side. Kuda runs out of room. 1 strike on the catcher for the Welland Jackfish. Welland with a 4-game cushion atop the standings. First place, defending champs from last year, 4-game lead. Barnstormers have played them well here this afternoon, and here's a rocket to center field, and really not moving anywhere, and making the catch.
After that first inning.
You never know. But Lee Kucera able to handle onto that one, didn't move much at all, and he ends the 8th inning. As one more run comes into that home run for the Jackfish, they're a little closer, but 10-5 lead for the Barnstormers. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Back in a moment with Barnstormers Baseball and Ken and Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
The best of the Intercounty Baseball League descend on the Rose City on July 20th as the 2023 Dominico Cup champion Welland Jackfish and Welland Stadium host the 2024 Intercounty Baseball League All-Star Showdown and Home Run Derby. For ticket information, visit wellandjackfish.com/all-star or call 905-735-9834. Welland Jackfish Baseball. Fans first, fun always. Get hooked.
Right. All right, everybody. I'm here with Christos, and we're going to ask him a few questions. You ready, Christos?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So first off, you play baseball? What?
I kind of play baseball, but I'm going to play baseball in 7th grade.
Nice. That's good to hear. So you got a career lined up ahead of you.
Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. You're not the only one. There's lots of people around here playing baseball. It's clear that a lot of kids are out here enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you very much, and you have yourself a great day at the ball game.
Thank you. You too.
All right, sending it back to the boys in the booth now.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Fergie Jenkins Field. It's Barnstormers Baseball. New pitcher for the Welland Jackfish, Caleb Feuersteg, is coming in. 5th pitcher for Welland this afternoon, and only his 3rd game of the campaign for Welland. Left-hander comes in with a 10-5 Barnstormer lead. Now a bunt down the third base line. It's a good one, but a nice play over at third, and a 5-3 putout as Lee Kucera tried his best. But a nice play in the other direction. Ethan Hunt.
Really good play.
Barehands it and fires it over there. So Kucera,
play.
5-3 putout. Jalen Butcher now comes up for the Barnstormers. He has had a rough afternoon trying to get something going here offensively for him. He struck out 3 times and a ground out. So 0 for 4 for Butcher, third baseman Chatham-Kent this afternoon, and now a conversation going on along the right-hand side with first base coach of the Barnstormers, maybe one of the...
It looked like the manager...
of the Jackfish, maybe?
Yeah. Not sure what they're talking about.
Back to ball we come here. Jalen Butcher at the plate for the Barnstormers. 10-5 lead, and this one inside and low.
Nice to see Jalen get a hit.
Very nice. We saw Torrin Vasilenik with a couple of hits here tonight. He has certainly had a slump at the plate, so hopefully maybe Butcher can follow suit here. Here's the ball, one pitch, a swing and a miss, maybe a little piece of it off the bat. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Jalen Butcher.
Sure looks like he got dinged with in the glove hand with looked like the ball. Bone bruises, perhaps. There's nothing worse than bone bruises. It's this time of the year.
1 ball and 1 strike on Butcher. This one trailing inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Thanks to the very nice comments on our YouTube feed this afternoon on the broadcast. It was very nice. Glad to bring it to you here with Barnstormer Baseball this season. Pitch outside. And yes, Diane Myers, she wants to meet us at Mike's place after the game, so.
The only of her cookies are left.
That's right. Shortbread cookies. Amazing. Diane, thank you very much. We'll be expecting this every game now. 3-1 count on Butcher. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looking for extra bases on that one. Good cut, but he couldn't catch up to that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Jalen Butcher.
Thinking about catcher's equipment over the years and how much it's changed from the old round flat glove when everybody had to learn to catch with 2 hands.
Right.
Put a sponge in the glove in case you got too many bruises.
Here's the 3-2, and this one muscled to short, and that will be an infield pop-up. Caught by Weisner.
He went to that hinge glove probably in the mid to late 60s, which sort of was like a first baseman glove. They went to the one-handed catch, which was a no-no prior to that. And now they don't want the catcher to get the meat hand in way of the pitch.
Right, yeah. 2 down. Here's Torin Vasilinic, number 9 hitter for the Barnstormers. 10-5 lead for CK, bottom of the 8th. And his pitch well outside. That one gets away a little bit from Feuerstake. Caleb Feuerstake, latest reliever for the Jackfish. 5 pitchers in. A couple of innings only pitched by Feuerstake coming into this. 2 innings. Giving up 3 walks, but no runs yet. 2/3 of an inning here. And the pitch is fouled off the right-hand side by Vasilinic. One ball and 1 strike. Torin Vasilinic with Spencer Marcus waiting on deck. Last couple of innings, Barnstormers with big 2-out rallies. Swan outside and low, getting away from the catcher. In the 6th and 7th innings, first 2 have been retired. And then some big-time runs. 3 runs in the 6th, 3 runs in the 7th. All coming with 2 out, nobody on. See if Chatham-Kent can continue that tradition. As Vasilinic has a 2 balls and 1 strike count on him. Here's the pitch. This one goes the other way, and it is a fair ball for Vasilinic off the wall, and he's gunning for second. This throw well offline, missing the cutoff man and a couple of others, and that is a stand-up double for Vasilinic.
3 hits.
A great day at the plate for Torin Vasilinic, so good to see the shortstop getting his stroke back and maybe some more luck at the plate. A 2-out double. So for the 3rd straight inning, first 2 men come out, and then there's some life.
Yep, he missed his bat. That'll be a welcome addition to our lineup. And he went with the pitch. Went to right field on that one. Wasn't anxious. That's good.
So now we go to the top of the order. You're getting some high batting averages now. Spencer Marcus. This is his 6th plate appearance of this game and 3rd straight inning. He doubled his last time up. And takes the first pitch just outside for ball 1. Marcus started the rally last inning in the 7th. He doubled and came around to score. 5 straight Barnstormers reaching base. 3 coming in. 10-5 lead for Chatham-Kent. Bottom of the 8th. Swan inside, 2 balls and no strikes on Spencer Marcus. Dan Patel on deck.
Single would be timely. You take every run you can get.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, again trailing inside. 3 balls and no strikes on Spencer Marcus. So 2 outs for Caleb Feuerstake to come into this inning. Retiring the first 2, but Vince, I guess, just been the one double from Vasilenic, but Marcus trying to keep it going here. 3 balls and no strikes. This is inside and low. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk for Spencer Marcus. And 2-out rallies continue along here.
Got Richardson throwing in the Barnstormer bullpen.
Hopefully the offense can add this lead even more. 10-5 lead for Chatham-Kent, bottom of the 8th. Dan Battelle. He's got 3 singles so far today. He takes the first pitch in for a strike. 3 for 5. Battelle's had an interesting day. He has reached on a single 3 times. And he's reached on an error twice. And on one of the singles, there was also an error. So whenever Dan Battelle is up, something happens today. Trying to make some more happen here. And he scored 4 times too. He takes a pitch in for a strike quickly. 0-2 from Feuerstake.
Well, there's a lot of players out there today who have multi-hit games. There's 18 hits. It's spread around with 9 players. It's an average of 2 per play. They don't all get 2, but it's pretty high.
Absolutely. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch, trying to find the hole right-hand side, and it's through for a base hit. And this will get 1 run in. 1 more for the Barnstormers. It sneaks through from Dan Battelle. What an afternoon he's had. And Vasilenic comes in to score the 11th run for the Barnstormers. It's 11-5 Chatham-Kent, one of those seeing eye singles. Great attempt, though, over at second base. Dawson Tweet, he had to come over quite a bit. He had to cover a lot of territory.
Got a lot of range, and almost got there. Well, he did get there. He just couldn't come up with the ball.
That's right. He got there and just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Squeaked past him.
Really good second baseman.
So now 4 singles on the day for Battelle. And he has been on base all 6 times. What the? Here's Battelle. If he fouls this one off. Or sorry, Seth Strong now coming up here.
Yeah.
Tanda.
Battelle on the mind. He's done so many things today.
I don't know what's on the mind anymore. 11-5 game. We've seen quite a bit here. Battelle at first. Runners at the corners, still 2 out. Another 2-out rally for the 3rd inning in a row. Here's the pitch to Strong, and this one muscled foul as Battelle was on the move from first to second.
This game is right around 3 hours old right as we speak.
3 minutes shy of the 3-hour mark. Started off at 4:36 this afternoon. Left-hander versus left-hander, Feuerstake. Looking in. Looks over at Battelle at first. Marcus over at third. 0-2 on Strong. And this one sent up the middle, and this one, nice stop at short, and a good feed at second for the force out, the 6-4 force out. And the Barnstormers are done in this bottom of the 8th, but they tack on 1 more, and they have a 6-run lead restored, 11-5 Chatham-Kent as we go to the top of the 9th here at Fergie Jenkins Field alongside Canada Essex Mutual Insurance, Ontario's trusted insurance provider.
Every family, every asset, every business we insure is a chapter in our story. We listen with open hearts, understanding that behind every insurance policy is a unique narrative. It's not just about numbers, it's about your dreams, your aspirations, your life. We take over your risks so you can live life to the fullest. Because we're not just some insurance people behind a desk. We're part of a community that has your back.
Back here at the 9th inning at Fergie Jenkins Field, Barnstormers baseball looking to add to their winning streak. Could make a 4-game winning streak if they can hang on here in the top of the 9th. Barnstormers 11 and the Jackfish 5. And swing and a miss. As Noah Richardson comes in for the 9th, the third pitcher of the afternoon for Chatham-Kent. Noah Richardson getting some time. A 6-run lead. And that pitch just outside, doesn't get the call. 1 ball and 1 strike. Richardson's one of those relievers that you want to see kind of get a turnaround here pretty quick. Huh?
Yeah, he has had some trouble finding the plate. And just like those hitters, you have to give them a chance to gain the confidence at finding the plate. Let's hope for the best.
2-1 count. And 3-1 count now.
Dragged that pitch. Didn't release the ball. Let the ball fly.
Grayson Barrett, Jake Sanford, and Brandon Hupie, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Welland. It is top of the 9th. 6-run lead for Chatham-Kent. This one is inside at ball 4. So a walk to begin the top of the 9th here for the Welland Jackfish.
Yep. Yeah. Tigers beat the Dodgers, by the way.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I thought I'd mention that too.
So I'm still not going to convert over to being a Tiger.
It's a nice green hat with Wayne State logo on it.
You do have a nice green hat this afternoon, yeah.
It is Christmas, you know.
Christmas in July. You got a great red shirt.
I tried.
Green hat to go with it.
Yep.
Still a Jays fan, even though they are terrible this year. Pitch inside. The Tigers are tearing things up. I mean, they've had a bit of success maybe recently.
Well, they swept the Dodgers. That's not bad.
I guess that's good. Gil Rondon heading out now to talk with his pitcher, Noah Richardson. Coming in with a 6-run lead here at the top of the 9th inning.
Noah's an interesting guy, too. He's graduated from Northern Kentucky University, a baseball scholarship. Went from there to University of Buffalo, where he got his master's degree, criminal justice. And he hails from Windsor, Ontario. And he's a big guy, very big, strong guy. Throws hard, but has had some control problems.
So runner at first. Nobody out here. There's a 2-0 count. This time, in the conversation with Rondon, doing something as he pumps in a strike. That happens more often than not with the trip to the mound. 2 balls and 1 strike. This one misses mark by a little bit. 3 balls and 1 strike. Grayson Barrett at first. Jake Sanford, the designated hitter, up. Here's the 3-1. Hard hit to second. Shovel to second for one. On to first. Call it to a double play just when they needed it. 4-6-3 double play. And the Barnstormers are 1 out away from making it a 4-game winning streak. That is exactly what they needed.
Ron Dolan looks like a genius coming out and giving fatherly advice.
It's happened quite often this year.
Yeah, he is a calming influence. If you've talked to him, he's a very calm, confident individual with a wealth of baseball experience.
Glad to have him on the staff. And this one is skied in the infield. It's Sillett at first. And he will hang on to it, and the Barnstormers win, make it a 4-game winning streak as the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers defeat the Welland Jackfish 11-5 in front of another great crowd here at Fergie Jenkins Field. 4 wins in a row. This is another good ball game today. We had, again, everything seemed to work, and certainly in the last couple of innings, it was a big 2-out rally.
It was an interesting the way the consecutive innings played out, and we were able to rally twice with 2 outs and scored some significant runs, and we kept adding it on. The 18 hits certainly helped our matter as well. I think that may be our most output this year. Not sure, but certainly would be very close to our best output.
So some late inning offensive rushes here for the Barnstormers. 3 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, 1 more in the 8th, and they blow away the Welland Jackfish 11-5, the first place Welland Jackfish. As we are going to go to the interview here down on the field, so we'll be back in just a moment, but let's send it down to the field after a 4th straight win for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers.
Game for tonight. Another big win for the Barnstormers, as you can see. We'll see you again Tuesday for where there's another game going on, and we'll be doing the live stream just like we did today, and you'll see me again, Liam. Hope you have a great night, everybody. Another grateful day, another great day at the ball game.
All right, folks, are you kidding me? What a performance today by this Barnstormer Ball Club. Are you? Wow, 4 in a row. The Jackfish came in here 20 wins and 5 losses. They're now 20-6 if my math is right. Before I introduce our player of the game, I want to give a shout out to my grandson, Wesley Michael Gerald Moyer, right here. His very first ball game. He got a baseball. All right. Dan Battelle, what a game for you today, kid. Listen to these stats, folks. 4 for 6. You scored 4 runs and had an RBI. Walk us through today and what it felt like.
It felt good to get a couple hits. You know, I've had a couple games with 2 hits to try to get the third one out of the way, so it felt good to get that away and get the 4th hit too. It was nice.
And you
did it well, so.
Hey, and you just can't get enough at bats when you're seeing it well. And we had great pitching today. And boy, did this ball club do damage with 2 out.
Oh yeah, everybody on the team was seeing it well today, so it was nice to see that. It's kind of clicking right now. So.
Well, listen, Dan. We got your hometown coming in here on Tuesday night, the London Majors. I think we can make it 5 in a row. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, folks. Our player of the game, Dan Battelle. My name's Peter Cobb. Meg's behind the camera. Let's send it upstairs to Mike Grenier and Mr. E. Myers.
Thank you, Peter Cobb. Dan Battelle, your player of the game, and why not? He saw the base pass every time he was up there today. 4 singles for Dan Battelle, and he reached on an error twice. What a performance. And again, this is top to bottom. You had a lot of contributors on the Barnstormers, but Battelle was certainly a catalyst.
He had a super day, and he's hitting the ball at all fields. He's waiting on the pitch. He sort of had a patent on throwing that ball to the left field side, and had a great day. And as well did the Barnstormer team. Had 18 hits. Very consistent pitching once again. We have O'Reilly, who's come back, and after a couple of difficult starts, found the plate, was able to move the ball around, throw strikes, and had a very successful outing.
So make it 4 wins in a row now for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. They knock off their first place Welland Jackfish by a score of 11-5, and some 2-out rallies in the 6th and 7th, where with 2 outs, nobody on, they were able to get a rally and score 3 times in each of those 2 innings. So a big win for the Barnstormers. And again, trying to make it 5 wins in a row in their next in action right here at Fergie Jenkins Field on Tuesday night, 7:30. Love to see you on down here. Cheer on the Barnstormers, London Majors, Tuesday night at 7:35. Chris McLeod along with Ed Myers and the crew will have that for you right here on our YouTube channel if you can't make it down for whatever reason. So another great day of baseball, great atmosphere as always. And we were glad that you made some time for us here on the YouTube channel for the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. On behalf of our great producers, Wes and Brad McDonald, Dan Dominguez, our statistician, the multitude of camera people around Fergie Jenkins Field, again, great job by those guys. My good friend Ed Myers, my name is Mike Grenier. One more time on this Sunday afternoon. It is a 4-game winning streak for the Barnstormers. Your final score, Chatham-Kent 11 and Welland 5.